This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 920 for the week of Monday, May 25th, 2026. My name is Zach.
And my name is Ed.
And on today's show, we have a very special guest. You may know him as the translator for One Piece in Weekly Shonen Jump Manga Plus. We have Stephen Paul here with us. How's it going, Stephen?
Very good. Wishing a happy Memorial Day to all of my fellow Americans. Enjoy your holiday.
Oh, you know it. We also have our contributor, Jill Knight, makes an appearance. How's it going, Jill?
It's going pretty well. Hello, sluts. Happy to be back. Should be a good episode.
We have our archivist, Ken O'Connor. How's it going?
Hello, everyone. Good to be back on this very rainy afternoon.
It's this weekend.
Rain.
All rain all the time. Oh, yeah.
It is Zaza freaky out there, my friends.
It is Zaza freaky out there, yeah. I was thinking that all day today. I'm like, wow, it's really Zaza freaky.
It's 80 and sunny here in Chicago, so...
Oh, wow. Rub it in, why don't you?
Role reversal. 50 and rainy here and whatever it is, yeah.
California weather, fire.
I was going to say, in Texas, it's 85 and rainy, both things.
That voice you hear is Flampe. The voice... No, we actually just got the character here. But Marianne Bray joins us, voice actress extraordinaire. How's it going, Marianne?
Good. Imagine if I were on here and I just did the Flampe voice the whole time. I think
you were just in character.
Like, yeah, stay in character the entire time.
I don't know how well that would go over, but it would be entertaining for me at least.
How are you, Marianne? It's been a little bit, right? I think since last time we had you on. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Time is so,
I've moved since then, not far, but still the process they're in. So
nice.
Yeah,
it's never fun.
No.
It was so long ago that the kids in Elbaf were in trouble and she had to voice them. That's how long ago it was.
And now they're in trouble again.
That's true.
And you know what? There'll be trouble again in 6 months. We could say that almost certainly.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Check out in what is that, November? Whether or not that's true, something like that. Before we first of all, today we're going to be talking about chapter 1183, Good Morn-maid, and
we'll actually be back next week for another manga recap.
Yeah, believe it or not. And Ed has mentioned, and it is something that has been in the forefront of my mind, I promise. May 31st, so that's next week, is our anniversary episode. We turn
17 years.
17.
Podcast will be co-hosted by Brian McGee, and we'll all stay up listening to Queen.
Very nice.
You had that in the barrel. What other 17-year-old things will we now be able to do? That's really the...
Drink a very good beer.
With a fake ID, though.
With a fake ID, yeah.
It doesn't really help. What can you do at 17? Driver's license in New York.
R-rated movies?
Is that 17? That is 17. Yeah.
NC-17, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, we could go see those.
All of those, yeah.
Wow.
Our podcast.
Can anyone think of one besides Showgirls?
The only one I know is because of Quest for the Best. They did, I think, Cleopatra, the anime movie, which I have not seen, is also that. So there you go.
That's a weird movie.
It's a wild one, yeah.
Yeah,
I have not seen it.
I mean, both of the other anime Rama movies are actually better. I think that's the weakest of the three. Belladonna of Sadness or 1001 Nights are both pretty good compared.
Ed, have you listened to their podcast? Not to pitch someone else's podcast on here, but I feel like you're a good audience for that show because it's like esoteric anime, and you are like Mr. Esoteric Anime. I feel like.
Interesting, huh? Think about that, yeah.
Anyway, today on the One Piece podcast, as I mentioned, we're going through 1183. We are also going to do Piece Together. I think we have an anime recap. I'll start at least talking about some One Piece anime news. The first is that One Piece is once again an award winner this year in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards as Best Ongoing Series.
Uh-huh.
Is it deserved? I assume. I can't argue.
Have we talked about the Glup Shitbeard competition on the podcast before?
We will. Oh,
okay.
every week at the end. That's the problem.
Okay.
But is it? Or have we finished the competition, Ken? Is this the last week?
By the time we're done recording this episode, the final results will be in. So,
well, maybe we should do that at the front. So we'll do that at the end of this. The little bit of news. There's very little news, so we'll do these quick.
Okay.
There's also there's an insert song for this week's episode, which if we have an anime recap, you will hear about. And if we don't have an anime recap, I'll tell you right now. So this is the big Robin episode that's there to just make you cry and nothing else in particular, I assume. I'm trying to find the name of the song, which I had, and I thought I saved it open. Oh, here it is. It's Maki Otsuki. The world wasn't just for one person is the name of. Oh, it's Maki Otsuki. Oh, I am gonna cry. Shit. That's episode 1163, which is out now as you're listening to this. The last little bit of news is, hey, are any of you going to be in Milan, Italy from May 26th through June 8th?
No.
Dang, just missed it.
I wish.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
so close.
Wow.
Because if you are, they have a One Piece pop-up store at the Mondadori Duomo Milano bookstore with decorated window displays, exclusive products, and activities. So if you happen to be in Milan, like all of us won't be, you could check that out. Let's do our big piece of One Piece news. The WT 100 is getting close to wrapping up. Is that this month or next? That's next month, right? It's
Next month.
So, but the real competition is what, Ken? What's our real competition?
Well, for the last several weeks, we've been running the Glup Shipbeard brackets on our public Discord, and we are down to the results. Should we go over those?
Yeah, this is the finals. So these are the results.
These results. These are the placements. So I'll do this in reverse order. So coming in at 4th place, we have the Satanist.
Oh, yes. As voiced by members of the podcast.
Really now? I had no idea. 3rd place, Whoop Slap. 2nd place, King Baum. And our ultimate Glup Shipbeard winner is Sarfunkel at 1st place.
I
Nice.
am a little bit surprised by Sarfunkel taking the crown here, but good for her. King Baum, I thought, was going to walk away with this one, Steven. And
Well, I guess it's, if it comes down to Oda's pun versus my puns, I guess I can't really complain too much. But
then are they
Sarfunkel
really
wins
our
it.
shit? Are they really our Glup Shipbeards at that point? Like, it should
The
be your
fans have
pun,
spoken.
Stephen.
The fans,
The fans are wrong once again.
I think Sarfunkel has a cuteness
Sarfunkel's
factor.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is. Yeah. So now I guess we should all push Sarfunkel. And also
Sarfunkel is
King Baum.
definitely waifu material.
So for the final waifu in a box. So if you haven't,
Waifu in
Please.
a box.
Or a
I
barrel.
don't like it. But no, it was a treasure chest, isn't it? Or is she in a barrel?
She's in a barrel.
Well,
yeah.
God, I don't even know about our Glup Shipbeard. This is just embarrassing.
King Baum's waifu could be turned into a barrel, so
That's true.
Oh,
Lady
poor
Tree.
They could be
Lady Tree.
related, actually,
Lady Tree.
to the
Lady
barrel.
Tree should have been on this in this competition. I'm actually shocked that
I think
Lady
you know
Tree.
what? I think I submitted them both. I don't know
Lady
if she
Tree,
lost.
Lady Tree was on there. She lost
Yeah.
early on.
Aw.
Oh,
I'm
darn.
trying to see where she lost at. Keep going.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
people, so that could take you a
there's
while.
lot to look through.
Yeah, so let's all vote in the WT 100 for Sarfunkel, or if you can't stomach a vote for Sarfunkel, vote for King Baum.
Yeah, this was the primary. Now you have to
Yes.
vote for Sarfunkel in the general election.
You have to vote Sarfunkel no matter. Wait, no, that doesn't work.
Okay, so Lady Tree lost to Peek at the Crotch in the very first round.
Oh, okay. Well, she was
Wow.
up
That's-
against an MVP. She was up against an MVP. That's not fair to her. Poor Lady Tree. At least King Baum had a really good run here.
Was Columbus in there? That would be a good one.
Orlumbus was.
Orlumbus was
I
in
think
there,
Orlumbus
yes.
was.
Orlumbus is our Glup Shipbeard. Columbus isn't. Does she have any characteristics?
Columbus is only Orlumbus's shitbeard.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad it's finally been said. Before we get
Or if
into...
you translate it, it's Lil Lumbus.
Before we get into this week's episode, please subscribe to us at Patreon at patreon.com/OnePiecePodcast. At the $5 a month level, you get access to all of our episodes ad-free and with extended cuts. You also get exclusive behind the scenes from our One Piece podcast Goes to Japan movie from a while ago at this point. And you get many other things, including alternate art and titles this week and previous weeks from Kirby. Last week's art is no exception. By the way, if any of you have deigned to listen to last week's episode, good for you. It involves, for those who don't know, it involves Sam literally torturing me, trying to get me to learn the One Piece card game and play that for the first time. Did I do well? No.
It's a pretty good listen, though. You're like basically like Little Mac, and Golfer's your Doc Ryan, and Sam just punching you down every single chance he could. It was pretty great.
I'll say one of the Patreon commenters said something like, "Wow, Sam using an emu starter on a first-time player is really heinously or evil or something like that." And I knew that because it's Sam, and that is Sam's sense of humor. So. It's extremely dry and extremely mean, usually, so I get it. But yeah, check that out. You could check that out ad-free. We also have 2 videos for that Sam put together that I hope to release on our YouTube page this week.
Yeah, I was going to say he's been playing around with After Effects, producing some highlight reels of moments that will maybe make some of the stuff make more sense. We'll see, but...
I'm going to be honest, though. I saw what was happening. It made 0 sense to me. So, like, I don't really think much is missing. By the way, I forgot to press the record button on the Zoom for that episode. Not this week. Don't worry, guys. For last week's episode, and that is why we don't have the visual elements of that.
Yeah. It was the one episode that would have
really been helpful, but you know that's how.
So I can record. I can challenge you to a card game right now. We'll have it on record.
Oh yes, and now I have the thing to play it with. So there you go.
Excellent.
I don't like that. I don't like any of that. So yeah, patreon.com/OnePiecePodcast. We also have Sticker of the Month Club at $12 a month. This month is the Nami Lego, I believe, right? Is the one that's being given this month?
Yeah, I think it was till the end of May to get the read a book, and then I think Nami comes out next month, I think. I might have that reversed.
I couldn't remember if it was April and May or May and June.
Right, Steve couldn't be here tonight to explain it again.
Well, Steve is going to really regret not being here when we get into this manga chapter, which we'll see why right after this. This is the manga recap for chapter 1183, Good Morn-maid. Good Morn-maid to all of you as well. And this chapter, all chapters, available shonenjump.viz.com or mangaplus.shueisha.co.jp for free, legally, worldwide, the same time it comes out in Japan. Can you believe that? I can't, but it's true. Ed, what's going on the cover of Shonen Jump this week?
On the cover of Jump, we have Luffy as a member of the Samurai Blue, the Japan national soccer team, which is what they're referred to as, like the German national teams are referred to as Die Mannschaft, or the Brazilian team is the Seleção.
Wait, is the German team is the Mannschaft?
That's what I heard.
Yes, yeah. That is what they call them.
The Mannschaft, they call him. Delaney, isolate.
Yeah, but they don't have double entendres in Germany.
That's true.
Saint Gunko Mannschaft.
Yeah.
So Luffy's hat is blue in this. And also, wait, Ed, what do you mean this is a thing for soccer or football? I am just seeing an old color spread I've seen before for what, Stephen, how did you put it?
Yeah. I love that the Shonen Jump. I guess because they could not get the rights for the JFA or whatever. Yeah. Or they didn't want to like do set off some kind of international controversy.
Actually, soccer is that would do it.
Right. They replaced it with an old color spread, which is the sweet potato
and the ninja foxes.
Yamato.
Yes, with the red fall foliage, which we have all determined. As you heard in the intro, it's a lovely fall day today.
Yeah, lovely fall May day. You know where it is fall? Australia.
So
maybe Shonen Jump in America and North America is.
I love how Luffy's upset in this picture because his potato is too hot to eat.
Okay, we don't actually have to talk about the potato color spread.
I mean, we could. It's a really nice color spread.
Stop it. I know Yamato's in it, Ken.
They are?
But so is Otama. Look at her. She's feeding Sanji.
Aww. Little egg.
So Luffy's playing soccer. That's what we're trying to talk about. He's very cute in this photo, too. Luffy is cute, too. Jesus Christ. What's going on in the color spread, Ed?
Yes. This should be, I think, maybe the summertime.
This would have been more fitting. Why didn't they just do this?
Too many clothes.
Yeah, that's true. There are too many for that. That's true.
Not for the summer one.
Jill's right.
And there's
the elephants. The elephants are nude. So.
Yeah. The elephants are blowing bubbles, and like they're so popular that Zoro already has a shirt of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
And Brook is shredding on the guitar.
Yes. I was very disappointed that we missed out of, as usual, when they put up the process video before the issue comes out. So you see all of the scrapped ideas that Oda had. And first he starts drawing Dorian Brogy for like an instant, and then he stops, and then he's drawing what looks like Luffy having an arm wrestling contest with an elephant with the elephant's trunk. And that looked amazing, but I don't know, maybe it just wasn't dynamic enough or something, because this one
with
definitely...
the giants too. In one of the I don't know, maybe
he's like, I like elephants, so I'm just gonna keep going with the elephants.
Yeah, no, he definitely wanted to do elephants this week, and that's great, especially since Steve couldn't make it on the podcast. But more particularly, that's what I was hinting at before. But more particularly, though, like these process videos are like, I'm just getting FOMO, like, or not FOMO, like it's just like, oh, what could have been? This could have been.
Like you wish you'd never known this was a concept.
I almost
before.
wish I never knew. It's just like, it would have always been elephants, always.
Yeah, this is cute, but I feel like this is pretty low on the list. Like this would be like a 10th or 15th percentile color spread. If we were going to rank them all, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to remember this one really.
I'll say, is this just me? The one thing that bothers me, and then I'll stop talking, is the Usopp like perspective with the elephant under Robin. Like, why is he so small and she's so large, and where are they supposed to be in space and time?
Well, she's floating. It's called foreshortening. She's closer to the camera than.
No, I know, but it looks like she's sitting with the elephant, like resting on it.
Oh yeah.
Do you see? It's like I know what he's trying to do.
And
Sanji's jumping in with a tray.
Yes, as one does.
Incredible balance there.
Yeah,
well, it's Sanji. I mean, doing his moonwalk.
Jinbei looks very pleased with himself. He just like, this is good.
Well, he does this all the time. He's
also blushing.
Yeah, he's blushing at the elephant.
Wow, these are really adorable elephants I'm looking at.
Aww.
Frankie's hair, elephant.
Pink elephants on parade.
Yes.
Any other thoughts on the color spread? Marianne, Jill?
The one thing that stands out to me, and this is maybe super random, is Robin's outfit. Because she's wearing these like sexy thigh-high boots and then just like the most casual, slouchy off-the-shoulder blouse. And I'm like, those don't go together.
The oversized t-shirt dress.
Yeah.
You know
and
what?
the dominatrix boots. It's just a weird, it's an
weird
interesting combo.
I do like that her shirt is, what is it, just elephant, but it says Ella with the actual elephant.
And then the Fant, yeah.
The Fant.
Yeah, everyone knows the Japanese word for elephant is Fant.
Zoro's drinking an Elefanta.
Nice. Very good.
Damn.
Very good.
That's good.
Nice.
I'll write it down, but we're not using it.
Luffy's got his Niku jacket.
I like the little meat embroidery patch he has on there. That's cute.
It is a cute. I would get that jacket. Like we talk about like wanting merch from the actual manga. I would buy that. Yeah, because
I feel bad
out of
for
context, you'd be like, "What is this even?"
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for the Sunny all the way on the right. Like oh man.
Oh, I didn't even see it there. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's down by like a port, just sitting there. Like oh man, I can't
want
join
to go
them.
too. Oh. Any others?
Poor guy.
Poor guy, indeed. And wait, is Nami holding a map as to where they're trying to go in this splash?
Back to Skypiea.
Okay.
This is
how we're doing it.
It's really not clear what they're all like doing. Like they're like, oh, she's doing the navigator thing. Robin's doing like the book thing. But like
I've heard
in the context being
Chopper's doctrine.
in the context being blasted off by like an elephant splash, it doesn't really make sense.
I kept trying to think. I was like, what is it's the trunk upstream. That's what they're doing right now.
Trunk upstream.
Good one.
That's good.
A good one. We gotta leave that there. Let's start with the chapter, Ed.
Yeah. So this is chapter 1183, Good Morn-maid, which is a pun we've heard before, which Brook makes at the end of Fishman Island.
Yes. In fact, Ed, I wanted to ask if we have like a little, virtual show of hands. Did anyone recognize this like as soon as they saw? Okay, Ken is holding his hand up.
Good morning, Ningo.
I assumed it was something from Fishman Island because it like seemed so specific, but I didn't remember. So was this like one of your first chapters that you did?
Yes.
Okay.
It was. If it was not the first chapter, it was like probably the second or third because it was right at the end of Fishman Island before they leave. And I do remember like, I have to do this whole song thing for Brook. Like it was a big test to start off doing the Shonen Jump Alpha back then, and so that was it was a big test, but I recognized it immediately because it's a very memorable pun, especially in Japanese. So
one of my favorites, Steven. I love that pun.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you, Steven, because I posted that page earlier today, and I was like wondering if you had remembered it, or you had to go back in like a giant archive you have of things that were translated.
Yeah, no, I had to go back to find the exact wording that he sang, but it was the same song. Like he is singing the same song, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah.
Oh damn! So it is a specific song. I didn't realize that.
Chapter 653, the hero hat. Yep, it says a 1, 2, 3, but he does say he has a new single about. Well, I guess he may have just released it to the public. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
It was in the vault.
He forgot.
To be fair, I've said this before. Like the best.
He is old.
Yes. Well, first of all, old people forget things. We could say that almost certainly. But second, he also was on a ship for 50 years or however long with no other people, going completely crazy as he was literally dying. So, like, if he forgets things, Oda has a really convenient excuse. He's mentally unstable. When that start the chapter, Ed?
Yes. So Emu continues. He's talking to Ragnir. Yes. Ragnir, thou wert waiting for one who could strike back against Mu, and he's still exhausted from taking all that, or absorbing all that damage, or basically eating Loki's attack. And he continues, isn't that right? And Ragnir's like, he's, I guess, kind of laughing at him, or he's just exclaiming.
No, I think he's exclaiming.
That's explicit. Holy crap.
Yeah, I can't believe they let you write that, Stephen.
Right.
Damn.
And Loki interjects, what nonsense are you talking about? I've never seen someone absorb so much damage. And Loki's also huffing pretty hard here. And Emu continues, Loki, Straw Hat Luffy, in any case, thou wilt not be my soldiers, so I shalt eliminate thee instead.
Can I do one of my usual, I saw the first page from the Friday release thing. Joey Weiser, friend of the show, said this better than I ever could. This page looks like it's from a completely different manga when taken out of context. Like this,
every character.
There is nothing if you looked at this even, I'll say a year ago, not even, maybe even 6 months ago, you'd be like, what the hell is happening right now? What is this series Inuyasha, what is happening?
Ragnar is the character who's most of a One Piece character, who's the most One Piece character here.
Yes.
You see him in some total for like a little sliver,
a third of his face.
Like this could legitimately be from a different artist. Like I think I could like strain credulity to I don't know. That's me. Anyway, I thought that was very funny and very true. Go ahead, Stephen.
All right. And then the hostilities resume as Emu does his little made you look on his staff there. And
he is doing that symbol. I didn't even notice that for some reason.
Yeah.
He's preparing his weapon. And
what did we call it again? It was the
Hertz donut.
The Hertz donut.
Hertz donut, yeah. And he says, just like Dozon, whoever the fuck that is.
This is the Dawn vibes.
It is
yeah, for sure. Yes.
Dozon.
Yeah.
Just like I wonder what Dozon. I wonder what Dozon thinks of this. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all going to be eating our words when Dozon turns out to be the coolest character that we've ever seen.
You know what?
Dozon is Joy Boy.
Very likely. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Could be. Yeah, could be.
I mean, it's obviously someone of import, but it's very, when you put it that way, it's very funny. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and so Loki is huffing and puffing, and he's going to do a Ragna duel something, and you can see it's a duel because there are 2 bolts of lightning shooting out of the clouds, and then we see that Emu is gone full Darth Maul here. He's got the double sword. He's got the double-edged lightsaber, swinging it around in a giant circle. And Loki finishes Haim. So it's the Ragna dual Haim. And Emu.
It's Haim. I mean, I believe you.
Haim.
I'm just.
Yeah, I think either way. It's whether you pronounce it English style or Norse style or whatever. So Emu deflects it with a blade of wrath, Gram, which is a direct reference to a Norse blade that's what it literally Gram meaning like hatred or anger or something like that.
So it's
Norse.
Double anger.
Yeah. Well, it's just Gram in Japanese, but the kanji are blade of wrath. And this, let's also with this Ragna Duelheim. So this is the part where I'm like, okay, this is the 3rd time that he's done a Ragna attack, and I still don't know for sure what like Oda is doing with it, like what kind of pattern he is working on. But I can tell you one thing for sure now, which is that all of them are like number based. So the first one was Ragna Izuchi, which was like Ragna, like it's like 1 hammer blow or 1 mallet or something like that. So that was 1. And then we had the Ragna, which I translated as Quint Arrow, which is Go Arrow in Japanese. And even though it was 5, like there were way more than 5, so that was confusing as well. But 5 arrows. And then this one in Japanese was Ragna Jinheim. But the G, it was like 2, it was like 2 weapons or 2 bolts, and then Haim is like world. And so he's done 1, 5, and 2. And at least this time, obviously being two bolts
4,
of lightning.
8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just don't want to see Ragnar 6, 7.
Going to show up. Oh God.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
Guys.
So yes, they're continuing to battle off in the distance, which you can see from the West Ass Village here. And there she is, Zaza Freaky. She is still she still has the children. Freaky. They're still held captive, and the giants are now, they're being swept away, but they're shouting, "Take back the children!" as the rains come down.
I love this panel. This is such a cool one from this
It's such a small part of the overall page, though. Should be
bigger. Well, I think it just should be on a different page, personally. Like, I like what they're doing here. Yeah. I didn't notice until just now that that Loki is bleeding in that first one. It looks like in the top, in that middle, the Ragnar duel panel.
I mean, it could be Ratatosk dropping little pellets.
Oh,
you never know.
Well, Luffy does ask everyone if they can poop, so it's fine. It's good to have evidence.
I don't think you have to ask a squirrel if it could poop, but
squirrel's talking
or
shit.
a hammer that ate a squirrel fruit. In this case,
actually, that is a good question. Never mind, you're right.
Can a hammer that turns into a squirrel poop?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So we go back to the village. Children are, glubbing away there. Wow!
They're inside Zaza?
Yeah, they're inside Zaza Gabor here. And their parents are swimming trying to catch them.
Oh, God, they're drowning.
You did say you were doing those sound effects. Great. Okay.
That's so good.
I'm like, what happened? What happened to Marianne's mic? Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I saved my brother's life once from drowning. I don't remember it happening, but I do have a certificate for it. My grandma made it and everything.
I'll say when you have kids, you save your kids in the bath from drowning multiple times. I've definitely saved their lives several times. Do I brag about it? Yes, right now. Go ahead.
And we get this awesome panel of the parents all bandaged up but holding their weapons going, we're not letting them be taken away after all we did to save them. You're not taking our kids. As we get this really great panel of Zaza just staring down at them from on high.
Freaky.
Yeah, it's such a good little shot. As Chopper there on Ripley's shoulder. Wait, you guys, you shouldn't be moving around. I haven't finished your blood transfusions. You really will die. God, he has so many bandages. Think about how many bandages these giants are taking up. Yeah. Like, damn, Chopper, where are you holding this stuff?
He went to Costco.
We do get our toilet paper from Costco, so that tracks.
Ripley continues.
She continues, my life means nothing to me if my son is ripped from my arms. We get this panel here as, I don't think that's her, but someone else just gets shot back with, I assume, just the force of 1,000 rains, with Zaza's hand focused on them as she's still clutching on to many children and the parents are fighting back and the kids are shouting, help us! And,
I love how he did this kind of they look like God rays almost, but that's the demonstration of the rain.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Also,
I love the way she's drawn.
On the left in that panel, that's the mom from the Sleep Tid mom, right? That was drawn, I think. The Obahan mom
with the curlier
hair.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Could be.
Stephen will neither confirm or deny.
There's a lot of Obahan moms in Oda's world.
That's fair. Go ahead, sorry.
And then, we get a shot here, Killingham going, only 7 of them, it'll have to do. Let's go, Zaza. As meanwhile, Sanji rushing forward. By the way, rushing towards a female goddess. We're going to see how this is going to go, theoretically, as he shouts, what's happening over there? And he makes his way to the battle.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go well.
A very serious look on his face.
Really, just since we're not going really back to the scene, I'll say, really impactful. Unfortunately, once again, leaving the same cliffhanger of don't take the children. Please don't take the children. It is effective, and that's why it is continuing to annoy me. We go to the next page. As we zoom into what is not a poneglyph at the top of a hill, it is in amber.
Ice cube.
An ice cube. No, it's actually ice cube, yeah. Here is Gunko, what do we call her? Manshaft, right? Gunko Manshaft. Sorry. That was Ken's fault, really. Right, Ken? Right? Okay.
Yep, that was my fault.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, I need to make sure blame is placed. And we see over this, Usopp asking Brook, why did you run off to fight that woman? I had to jump in after you because it seemed like something was wrong. Brook kind of just ellipses this, which is really a cop-out answer. And Nami asks, do you know her? Was she some enemy you fought in the past? And Brook explains, no, not an enemy, but a person I did not want to see. Or so I thought. I'm so confused right now.
Indeed.
Tell me about it. Just generally in life.
Have you guys made a comment in previous chapters about how she's like the Avatar? Frozen in the ice block?
Wow.
Because, anyway.
We haven't made that joke, but I am confused. Didn't Killingham and Summers, like a chapter ago, they saw her walking back, but like she seemed like dead?
They decided not to save her, I think, or like she's there. Yeah, they just like kind of said whatever, F her,
Okay.
Brook continues, if it's really her, then she must be 77 years old right now. And Nami says, so it has to be someone else, right? I mean, she's a celestial dragon. And Brook responds, yes. At the time, she was the princess of my homeland, and I lost contact with her when she traveled to sacred Marijoa. Well, that sounds suspicious right there. And Frankie comes in, hey, Brook, that chick's still frozen. Perfect translation there, Steve.
I'm glad that chick got in there. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, me too. That is absolutely the way he would. Can't tell if she's alive or dead. We can't just leave her there, yeah? And Usopp says, well, I'm sorry, Brook said,
that's Usopp.
No, Usopp, I was right the first time. What I'm saying is she's a celestial dragon who looks exactly like someone you knew. Doesn't change the fact that she came here to attack Elbaf. And Brook continues, yes, but when we were tied up earlier, she was the one who undid the rope. And we see a flashback of Usopp triumphantly saying, escape! As he gets out of the the arrows. And he's like, yes, I'm free. I feel like my mental powers did that.
It's a great
Marianne.
pose.
Okay.
It's all, yeah. It was funny when it happened the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Brook saying, why would she do such a thing? We get a little mini flashback of her saying, run, Brook, as she flies off into the distance and his arrow bandage ribbon things loosen. How does she know who I am? And he says, and then she turned back into that demonic form again. Her original personality, the personality that saved us, her demonic form, it feels as though we've seen 3 different people in her. And Nami asks, do you think it's possible that she's being controlled? And Brook says, it did not occur to me at first, but after seeing people turned into demons today, I must admit, I feel deeply disturbed in my core.
It's been a rough day.
Yeah. And we cut to Jinbei, and he says, I hate to rush you, Brook, but we need a decision. Does she live or die? We can't do anything before that's settled.
I should have just made you read all the Jinbei. Well, I guess you did, so.
Yeah.
I mean, do it or don't, but we got other things to worry about here.
Right. And then Brook collapses into the grass, shaking. He says, a long time ago, truly a long time ago, she was just a child, and I was a young man too. It was in a country that no longer exists. Esperia. Esperia was a land of music, full of workshops, crafting instruments of all kinds. And then a flashback begins.
Jinbei's like, wait, Brook, did you hear me? Did you hear what I just said?
I literally said, I hate to rush you. It's going to be like 10 more chapters.
It's like, oh, okay, anyone have some food or something? Let's just sit down, I guess.
Jinbei's not used to the tragic flashbacks yet. He really has to learn how this crew goes.
Yeah.
All right, so we get the West Blue 70 years ago, 4 a.m., which really informs.
I thought it is important for, I get it. I thought that was really funny.
I
did
too.
It was like 70 years ago at 4 a.m.
Yes. Yeah. And I apologize in advance. I don't remember if this was a song that was played before. I don't know.
It must have been. I don't remember
the melody
how it went,
to it. So I'm making up my own melody. So yes, okay. So we get some strum, shaka shaka. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wake up at the crack of dawn and it's a good morn-maid, the start of a brand new world. Oh, they say there's many seas that can be surveyed, but all I need is a good morn-maid. Good morning, Asperia! We see a young Brook.
That's like a jingle for a product of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Yeah.
Very good.
No, it's very good.
It's just Brook, a young Brook, singing over all of the, singing and talking over, I guess, a loudspeaker of some sort, as everyone is displeased by it. Good morning, Asperia! No more waiting for favorable winds. It's time to set sail, baby! How you doing in the back streets? And everyone's like, shut up, I got a hangover. Be quiet! I'm presuming
my
that's what
dogs
the
are
dog
barking.
like. Yep. And then we see a close-up, of a little girl, and she says, good morning, Brook. What about the port? He yells. Hey, Arena!
Is that, by the way,
Is
that little girl? Yes, it's the same one that we
That's
see.
sure.
In
Yeah.
I'm so sure. I was just making sure. Go ahead.
Sure
Sorry.
is. And the next page, we get a nice big spread of Brook leaping high above this city or castle or whatever it is as the sun rises.
Doing a bit of a Nika pose.
He is kind of, yeah. As he sings again, oh, how I wish to see a sexy mermaid someday. And then all the people, shut up, Brook. Oh, Brook, my fave. I hope you get fired from the battle convoy. Oh, it'll make me lose my soul. Now that's what I call a bad end maid. Oh, brother, get me my gun.
that made me laugh.
Yeah! Brook's having a time of his life. As these subtitles say, this is the land of instrument makers. Asperia Palace.
Like
barracks.
Cremona.
Yeah.
This is a really great. I love this panel. I mean, this is a lot of Oda's assistants, obviously, but
Sure.
It's really cool. I like what is that? The opposite of fisheye lens, I guess. Plus the speakers on the roof. I don't know. Really
I didn't even notice those. That's
and
cute.
the little musical note. There's one musical note thing on the top of one of the buildings and one treble clef thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. Very good little details. I like it.
Oh yeah, it's cute. So we get to Asperia Palace, the barracks, and there's a close-up of a building, and then we see a bunch of adoring Brook fans who seem to, I guess, be in his regiment. Come on, Captain, teach us how you do your quick draw techniques. They look all starry-eyed. And he says, it's not fair that Princess Shuri gets all your attention. And this is pathetic, says Brook. What do you think I'm teaching you now? Learn the fundamentals before you dream. And as he walks away and we see a lovely topiary and a giant big ol' harp, I wonder what our dinner is tonight. Yeah, I'm starving. And he starts a familiar ditty. Gather up all of the crew, it's time to ship out Binksy's brew. Sea wind blows to where, who knows, the waves will be our guide. Or across the ocean tide, the sunset is going wild. And a little girl joins in. See the sky birds singing in circles passing by. And we are introduced to Kingdom of Asperia Princess Shuri, age 7. And we get a proper introduction to this young Brook, Kingdom of Asperia leader of Raid Squad Battle Convoy, Brook, age 20, a young man.
I think we knew that Brook was 90, but
yeah,
this
officially confirms it though.
No, I think it had been officially confirmed.
Yeah, that was
before.
officially confirmed.
Yeah.
Is this the first time we've seen his eyes though?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because he's not wearing glasses.
Because he
And he has no
he
scar.
has sunglasses.
No scar.
I know scar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
But he's got the same like wonderful cravat that he likes to wear and a cute frilly sort of pseudo military jacket. It looks very Sergeant Pepper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and,
that's
he already had said that like a long time ago when he was first introduced that he was in a battle convoy.
Right.
So,
he said
yeah. Go ahead.
He said them both separately in different scenes, which is that he was a member of a battle convoy and he was the leader of the raider squad, which is, I think, that came from...
Feels like a Coast Guard.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of question as for how exactly the the military system works in this country, but yeah, the battle convoy seems to be their troops.
So he's dressed as Sergeant Brook has no heart band. Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, he has a heart. He has a heart currently in this.
Yeah.
No, here he does. But if he were to, okay.
What a heartless thing for you to say.
Yeah, screw that one up.
What if he were still making those jokes, even though
human joke?
Even though I have a heart.
Wow. Yeah.
They're like, what a weird thing to say, dude.
Hell of ironic punishments.
I also want to. That's what it is. That's what you made those shitty jokes. Mm-hmm. Now you're gonna have it. Now it's gonna pay off.
It's Hell's division of ironic punishments.
Yeah, I think it's interesting too because no one has even commented that we've never seen Brook's eyes that I could think of versus like Doflamingo and who else's eyes? Wasn't there someone recently that I'm forgetting that's much more obvious? I don't know.
I mean, Brook
Loki,
is usually a skeleton. So usually the question of where his eyes are, we have that answered.
Yeah, he's got kind of sleepy eyes with the lower lashes.
Bedroom eyes.
It's 4 a.m.
At 4,
like,
that makes sense.
It's not 4 a.m. anymore. This is later.
4:20, blaze it. That's why.
They're
That's
this,
what it is. So.
He's got Muppet eyes.
This must be a little later.
Yes.
Those are Muppet eyes.
And then you have Shirley, who, of course, has like 2 colored eyes that look really freaky in black and white. But that's okay. She's cute. She's got a little snot nose. Look at this baby girl in her little baby military outfit.
Her short pants and boots.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's
our
a child.
soldiers.
Children have to wear short shorts. That's how it goes. I guess.
I think that is like a Japanese, like, I feel like that's, I don't know, maybe not. Ken, it's yours, but if you want to give Marianne more, sure,
I never finished. I never finished.
Marianne didn't finish yet.
I didn't technically.
Oh my god!
I forgot to say her little lines. I was too busy introducing her, and getting distracted by Sergeant Pepperbrook. But she says, "I worked hard today. You think I got any stronger? Just like Mama."
Now, Ken.
She's very cute.
Marianne, do you want to do a team up where I'll do everything else and you can keep doing Shuri since you've nailed that voice?
Absolutely.
Ken, you can't just inhabit a 7-year-old girl?
I mean, I could try, but she's doing it so well.
I'm joking.
Okay. So next page, we have Brook here. Hearts in his eyes. Oh, his eyes are gone already. Now they're hearts. Yes, Her Majesty is very powerful. Queen Candel, light of my life.
It's not good to fall in love with a married woman, Brook.
What do you mean? Love is free. And then we are introduced to the
Scupper Gabon line too, right?
It is. It's great.
And I want to say it's Sergeant Brook has heart eyes band.
Hey.
Okay, there we go.
It's also acceptable.
You got it.
It's getting better with age.
Yeah.
Is that how the jokes work? Okay.
Sure.
And next we are introduced to the Kingdom of Asperia. King, is this Reuven?
Reuven, yeah.
Reuven, okay.
It's a curiously biblical name for a Japanese comic.
Is it?
Yeah, he was one of the sons of Jacob.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Ooh, which
and
son?
It looks
I don't know my sons of Jacob, I'm going to be honest.
And it looks like he has a pair of pruning shears here, and I'm not gonna body shame this king at all, but he seems a little like
is he
not
the
put together.
horticulturalist here? He's doing the king is doing his own.
He's doing the topiary.
Topiaries, yeah.
I think there's a question. Yeah, either he is, and that's just like his hobby, or he's doing like Cobra and Igaram, and he was spying on Brook, and in disguise he was pretending to be the gardener.
Oh, that's funny if that's
the case. He's wearing his
and look how schlubby he is with his tank top. And
yeah, you
can
very interesting design.
You can practically
he's interesting.
see the mustard stains on his.
It's an interesting design that makes me wonder: is he supposed to be evil, or is he supposed because he does look a lot like Oda's evil king stereotypical like design wise, or is he just gonna be or is that subverting our expectations? I guess we'll see.
Yes. Well,
he's side-eyeing Brook, and he goes, "I sentence you to death for conspiracy." And Brook's like, "Oh, too harsh. Please, boss. I mean, Your Majesty."
Papa!
Oh.
"You were plotting to kill me, weren't you?" "Of course not. Don't even suggest it. I'll wait until death takes you."
Come on, Brook. Forget about Mama.
Oh no, she's so cute.
Don't worry, Brook. When I grow up, I'll marry you instead.
"No, Shuri, you're supposed to say goofy stuff like that to me and melt my heart." And then Brook's like, oh, no thanks. I prefer a wife without the runny nose." "What, you picky oaf? How dare you turn down my daughter in front of me?" "I am nothing if not faithful." And then a guard comes in, interrupts this little scene as Brook's doing like a prototype of his like bending at 45 degrees, like he's ducking out of the way of the kick.
Yes, he is.
And the king, very flexible for getting his leg that high up there, honestly. I was impressed. But the guard runs in and says, "I hate to interrupt the fun, Your Majesty. There's a gang on horseback riding through the city from the port. Some of the battle convoys in town, but they're outnumbered. We've sent more from the castle, but I don't think they'll make it in time." And we get a nice little Oda map here of the entire kingdom.
I like how we get an Oda map of it before we like actually really see any of it. I thought this was very early for an Oda map.
One thing I like though on the map, you can see that the palace itself is a giant harp.
Yeah,
on top.
it's very cool looking. Yeah.
Everything about this kingdom, we'll talk about it later, but this kingdom is so well designed, and I love all the music themings. And then we go back to King Reuven, and he's like, "What are they after?"
And then we go to back in the city. It's like, "They've been shouting for Queen Candel, who is enjoying an opera in town." Oh, sorry, this is still in the palace, in the gardens. "What? Is it the Mulan family?" "Yes, sir. They've been after Candel for years. When did they land at my port?" "Said word to Candel not to leave the opera house." And then, unfortunately, they explain, she's following the rules, as everyone should in a theater. The opera house's transponder snell is on silent mode during the show. Please don't.
That made me
That's
laugh.
great.
That
the
is
Asperia
excellent.
Draft House.
As little Shuri here, "Do something, Brook. They're gonna kidnap Mama." As Brook is just like, "The Moulin Rouge, as you say," which, by the way, favorite movie.
Rogues.
Good shit.
Moulin Rouge.
I also read Rouges.
I like my version better, actually, because it's a musical and it would be thematically appropriate here.
Well, I think Steven or Oda or both were being clever.
I know what you mean. Rouge, Rogue, they are completely separate words. They don't even sound alike.
I've never mixed those up on this exact podcast before in reference to other characters.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It says, "The Moulin Rogues, you say? Why, that's odd. I saw them in port earlier today."
Why didn't you say anything?
And we go to Theater Street, as there's some thugs racing around on horses.
Down on Broadway.
Blam blam, eek! It's a horseback gang! Which, I mean, valid. That kind of seems like an odd thing to do in a kingdom on a street, I'm not gonna lie. As we get this, like, really menacing guy here.
What a cool design. I like this design.
Very gangster.
This bald dude?
Scarface.
No,
bald dude is interesting, too.
Scarface,
but...
Yeah.
Willem Descar.
Oh.
And then we go into the opera house itself, which, beautiful. They're singing on stage. I guess I'm assuming the raw means it's clapping time, applause, I'm not sure. But we get here, presumably Candel. "Ah, a beautiful performance." And meanwhile outside, "Come on out, Candel! We have permission to shoot from Don Mulan if you don't. Today's the day we settle this. You're gonna be Don's woman once and for all."
Can I ask? So I read this as Don Marlin at first because that was the name of the Marlon Brando guy.
Yes, that is true, but this is different. So it's possible that I think people were speculating that maybe this is like the father or grandfather of Don Marlin.
Oh, duh,
Don Mulong. Yeah.
Because of the timing. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow, when you get 2 flashbacks in one arc. Keep going. Sorry, Jill.
As here we've got another soldier going, make sure Her Majesty doesn't leave the as they get shot, which, maybe look behind you, just throwing that out there, situational awareness. As meanwhile, Reuven here, help, Brook! And meanwhile, Brook just, laughing, having a good time. It's gonna be fine, boss. For one thing, she's very strong. They can't take her away. Plus, well, I'm rather stunned they haven't noticed yet. You see, by the time they left the port, they're crying in front of him.
And Brook finishes his line, I'd already cut them all. And then we get a panel of every single one of the rogues here being slashed and falling over, blood spurting out, guns firing, just everyone falling to the ground.
Doing the Kenshiro.
Exactly. And
wow.
The crowd's like...
I just realized the horsebacks they were riding were zebras.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Smash their
pinstripe suits. It's really great. It's really great.
It's a really good choice from Oda. Yeah.
Very clashing, though. From
Yeah, I don't think they care.
Can you imagine being in the port and like a ship rolls up and there's a bunch of guys in fedoras like sitting on zebras that just like immediately start riding off the ship into the port? It'd be pretty amazing.
And knowing One Piece, the ship is probably zebra themed.
The crowd is looking stunned at all the fallen mafias on the ground, and someone in the crowd goes, "What just happened?" And then someone's like, "Oh, wait. Is this one of those they were already cut things?" Then it was Captain Brook's quick draw. Everyone's cheering. 3-pace hum notch slash. Apparently they all know this is Brook's signature move.
Yeah.
And like, oh, Sir Brook, he's so dashing. Look, there's Her Majesty. What a beauty she is. As the opera doors open up and we have a little narration here. 70 years ago, the kingdom of Asperia harbored 2 great stars. And on the next page, we see 1, the former captain of the battle convoy and current queen, Candel. And Candel walks out in all her glory. What a scene out here. And we are introduced to Kingdom of Asperia Queen Candel. And the narration
with the leggings and boots kind of reminds me, maybe that's where Gunko got her sense of style from.
Very well could be, yeah. And the narration continues. The other, an unpopular musician, but master of the quick draw sword technique that left its victims unaware they'd been slashed. The leader of the raider squad, Humming Brook. In this era, the kingdom was at peace. To be continued.
Oh no, not peace. That's a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
No, we should definitely talk about the uniform too, though, because it's in of the same ilk as what we saw Brook wearing. It's that kind of looks like ceremonial military garb, kind of.
Tres Cushionata.
Yeah, I was gonna say people were making comparisons to Lady Oscar.
Yes, I can see that.
Rose of Versailles. Yeah, and maybe what was it? Utena's like school uniform. She has kind of the similar thing going on with the epaulettes and everything. Yeah,
it reminds me of like Musketeer era, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, it's very French for sure.
Yeah, that's why people got the Rose of Versailles vibes.
Yeah. Her outfit is like lighter than Brook's looking back on it. Like her jacket is white or some light color and his is dark. So are his men's. They're also dark. So I guess that's just because she's the queen, but it's still Sergeant Peppery to me.
And she was the former captain too. So Brook is currently doing her old position. So he replaced her.
There's definitely some interesting stuff going on because you'll notice also that Brook keeps calling him boss instead of, or he'll be like, boss, I mean, Your Majesty. And so like in Japanese, that's Aniki. So it definitely suggests that like this is not necessarily like your standard sort of hereditary kingship situation going on here. Like there's a personal history.
Or that maybe the king was Brook's commanding officer previously. Or that's how he met the queen.
So if they were all military, then that's why I say maybe a coup d'état of some sort happened, especially with what we know is bound to happen in that the kingdom no longer exists is how we began this story. So they might not be a sanctioned, royal family here. But I guess we'll see.
Well, unless they go to a reverie, and that's why she's not with them anymore.
Yes.
Also possible.
They go to Mary Joa.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they go, ooh, look at her fun eyes. I want that. You're my kid now.
It's interesting she has these eyes early on. I thought it was
me too.
Later.
Yeah, I was also surprised by that.
And which celestial dragon family was Gunko stated to be part of? Remember?
The Man-Meyer. Or the Man-Shaft.
Man-Meyer? Wow.
Steven, the name Kandel, is that exactly how it was in the Japanese, or was there anything behind that?
Yeah, Kyanderu.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know.
Is there any other
she
etymology?
shines brightly.
Well,
yes, she does shine. Yes, she's the light of Brook's life.
Esperia is in Italy too, I know, and I don't know if it's near Milan, and will be. No, it isn't. It is not near Milan. For me, it reminded me of where Uta was from in One Piece from
much.
Red. Yeah. Anyway, that's the chapter. Yeah,
I'm noticing now, looking at Candela's hair, it looks kind of waxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Nice.
Like Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
Wow. I get it. Thoughts on the chapter this week? Marianne, you want to start?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fun. I'm excited for this flashback. I always like a secondary Straw Hat flashback because you just get more depth. And I feel like Brook is one of those characters that we knew so little about prior to his, later great tragedy. So it's nice that we actually are getting to see it.
See how he ends up with the Rumbar pirates, or how they came to be.
Yeah, I'm curious. And then also have it tied back with a new character is like a fun way to like, I guess, flesh out two characters in one go. Promise? You don't already? I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to like where this goes. I hope it's not like too horrendously long because as much as I do love a good flashback, I'm also like, man, we've had 2 flashbacks now in Elbath.
There's no way it's as long as God Valley, but it could be much sadder.
Yeah, I mean, it could be more succinct. If it does turn out to be they went to a reverie and kind of ended real quick there and whatever, but I don't know. But yeah, I liked it. There are a lot of fun little. I like a flashback because it's a world building, and One Piece is so good at that. And another new fun island design.
True.
So.
Okay.
I was just flipping back a couple of pages, and I was looking at King Reuben again, and was wondering if he has just thin legs or if he has some sort of peg leg.
I think that's just Oda legs.
Yeah. The baby legs, right? Isn't that what we call them? Ed, your thoughts on the chapter?
It's full of potential. Like, Brook is such a great character to begin with, but we know his tragedy with the pirates and Laboon, but this could make it even sadder. And I want to know more about Brook.
I am curious as to why he says he doesn't want to see Shuri.
Yeah, me too. Ed, anything else about the chapter?
Reuben is a very interesting. Again, it is a very interesting name. It's a sort of a Western bit, comes from the Bible, but I mean, it makes me think of the sandwich.
A Reuben?
Yeah, that's also a way to translate the name, I think.
Right.
Of the sandwich? Because I think it's only Reuben.
Yeah. I think it's funny that Brook is an unpopular musician, but he's renowned as a soldier.
He's unpopular because he wakes people up at 4 a.m. in the goddamn morning.
Yeah. Right, doesn't matter how good your music is. Shut up, dude. Well, it is like exactly how he wakes up the Straw Hats. I don't know if that's just filler, but I mean, like he does wake them up at one point in the anime.
Yeah, I don't have that much to add at this point.
What 20-year-old is up at 4 a.m?
One who
Party all
hasn't
night.
gone to bed yet.
Yeah, maybe that
Yeah.
was the issue. Yeah. Jill, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm really jazzed about this. I mean, I don't care how long this flashback is. Those kids can hold their breath, you know. It's fine. They can swim a little bit. They survived the fire. Now with water. We still have 2 more elements after this. We got a few more flashbacks, I think, coming up. But yeah, I'm really jazzed about this. Brook is such an interesting character because obviously we've gotten, you know, a full flashback from him. But unlike the other Straw Hats, he still has so much time, like his earlier life, that we just know nothing about. And he has actually dropped hints about that, you know, little crumbs here and there. I find it very interesting that his country no longer exists, and that will obviously tie into the bigger picture of, like, you know, how politically things are now.
Yeah, the why of that is going to be part of this, hopefully.
Very interesting. I wonder if, like, you know, maybe Robin's heard of it or something when she, like, finds out. It's just, it's so much. We don't have so much stuff from this time period, so I'm really excited about this bit. They mentioned an arena too, which makes me think it's like a concert arena. But I think it'd be interesting if it, like, was like a Coliseum converted to like a concert arena. If this is like a country that was at war and is now at peace or something. By the time Brook leaves his country or it's destroyed, he'll have his scar. And then we'll see him meet up with Yorkie, which I think we'll see in this flashback, which is very interesting.
He might get rescued by Yorkie. It might be a case of, like, if Emu or whatever destroys Asperia because reasons, it might be he might get rescued. That might be why.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely be that happening. He just, like, I don't know if like Brook and Yorkie were like the first 2 to meet up, or if like Brook made his way up in the crew there. I don't know. There's just a lot of potential for history and lore for us to learn from this. Like, you know, substantial and not, but just world building more. But yeah, very excited. Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Steven.
I'm very excited about this. It is definitely like, okay, so we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do another flashback, but I am okay with it for Brook specifically, just because this is, you know, like, I mean, sure, we could potentially get a flashback for Jinbei, let's say, at some point, because, you know, we only know his backstory sort of incidentally through other characters.
Or like, what was Nami's backstory before she was rescued by Belmir? Like, she was in a war. She's
right.
a war
princess. We already know this is going to happen.
but you know, Brook's human life definitely. I mean, even just from Thriller Bark, we already had like hints about this. You know, his position back here. So, and then having that followed by, you know, the Rumbar Pirates flashback at the end of that arc. We were always bound, I think, to learn this story. And so I'm very excited, even if it does seem like an inopportune time. But I also I'm optimistic. I don't think this is going to be super long, because I think our standards or our like measuring stick for flashbacks has gotten, you know, kind of twisted recently, because the last couple have been like, there've been really several flashbacks in one. Like, we're not going to see any God Valley here. There's not going to be any, you know, if we see Emu, I'm sure it will be something very incidental, or very,
or maybe
very
in
brief.
Marijoa.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. And so I think that this is probably, like, I would imagine this could be something Oda could knock out in like 4 or 5 chapters if he wanted. You know, anything that we get of Brook's, you know, youth, I think is also just very valuable character building as well, for especially for a character that we have all kind of lamented has been very, very short end of the stick, you know, since the time skip. So I was very pleased about that, and I do love all of the detail that Oda put into designing this. Like, there's still a lot of questions, like we were talking about, of like, what's going on with the king and the queen here and their sort of political structure. It does seem like Oda's doing something with this that we're going to learn more about probably in the next chapter or 2. And so that's all, you know, very, very interesting, I think. So yeah, very, very eager to see more of this, and hoping that it is, as I said, modestly length, not too long, which it will probably be. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm very excited about this.
Ken.
I loved this chapter. I've been waiting for this Brook flashback to come into place ever since we saw Gunko first like recognize Brook, and like, okay, there's something there, and I'm excited we're finally here and seeing it. Just the entire intro to the flashback, the whole Brook waking everyone up at 4 a.m. Like, so clearly in my head, I heard like the speakers turning on, like the aux connecting, that like reverb you hear like at a concert when things first turn on, and then that sound is radiating throughout the city. It's like, it's almost like his Disney moment where he's singing a song throughout the town. Everyone's like, "Oh, just shut up!" It's so good, and it's just a great way of introducing this kingdom. When you're in a musical, it's fine to sing. When you're not, it can become a little bit annoying. So it's funny,
especially at 4 a.m.
At 4 a.m., the crack of dawn.
That's not even. Great. That's like pre-crack of dawn in most places.
Yeah. Well, when he finishes his song, he jumps at the end. The sun's just peeking over the ocean, so it's just about there. But yeah, Asperia as a kingdom looks really, really cool. All the musical theme.
Why is the queen attending an opera at the crack of dawn?
No, I think time has passed.
Yeah. I assume once we see Brook and Shuri walking, that's later in the day.
Yeah, because she mentions being like trained and how she did good that day. So
yeah,
the day is done.
Yeah.
Right.
Reuven is very interesting. When I first saw him, like he looked kind of like Wapol to me. So like, if Wapol was Wario, this is like the Waluigi version of Wapol, like a little bit taller and lankier, and a little more.
I was thinking Foxy actually a little bit.
Someone did point out that his chin looks kind of like the lion that what is?
You're right, Absalom's chin.
Yeah, Absalom's face.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the line's name?
It could be. It could be.
It does look like that, though. You're right.
It could be that chin.
That's what I was thinking.
It could be literally that chin.
On that lion man zombie.
Yeah.
Could be
possible.
Or, I mean, that was theorized that was the other half of Absalom's actual face, but maybe it was this dude. Or they just happen to have the same butt chin.
Or it's anyone else in the world.
Or anybody else.
But it's interesting because the first time I saw Reuven, I got like a bad vibe to him. Mm-hmm. But then the way he was interacting with Brook, and like Brook's basically saying like, "Hey, like your wife's hot, and like, yeah, if you die, I'm making my move, but until then, I'll be respectful." And like he's saying that to his king and his commander, and like that he's kind of like okay with it. Like it's not too like he doesn't like kill him right then and there. And then like he's like, "Oh, Shuri, why aren't you like saying you love me as much as you love Brook?" Like it seems like he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He just seems kind of like schlubby a little bit. And we
just
know
because
that
you're schlubby does not mean you're evil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we know that Shuri's gonna kill him too. So I can't wait to see what events lead up to that.
Spoiler.
Because Brook mentioned that Shuri killed the king, who is her father. And
I did not remember that.
It was a while ago. It was probably the last time you were on.
Fair.
So I'm curious because we were saying, oh, this flashback can't go on that long. I'm just wondering because we know that Gunko has stopped aging. So does Brook see Shuri go to marry Jo at a young age, or is she closer to Gunko?
It's got to be around where Gunko is now, which is what's supposed to be like.
Because he remembered her crying, right? In the earlier scene.
But she also was smaller in that little burst of flashback. So it could be that he saw her as a young girl, because he said the only thing he recognized about her were the eyes, the color hair, and that she was a princess. So we don't know when they separated. So I'm assuming this is going to be a little bit a longer amount of time in terms of the flashback. And I can't imagine her killing her dad as a little girl. So I think we have
It's One Piece, I can.
Yeah, I could 100% imagine
Gunko at the when she's introduced looks like she's like in her 20s or something.
Oh wow, I got lucky. So chapter 1149 is where we get like these first glimpses of this. So Ken, did you have more to say? Sorry, I didn't want to.
No. You can interject. Go ahead.
So the thing that sticks out most to me is that the three people in them, that line from Brook right before we enter the flashback, particularly because Gunko's reaction when she gets those memories at the end of 1149 is what is this memory? And then realizing it's Brook before getting taken over by Emu.
Right.
So
Brook even mentions in this chapter that he's seen 3 different personalities.
That's what I mean.
Gunko.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the brainwashed Gunko, we've seen the Emu controlled Gunko, and then we've seen Shuri breaking through the sunken place momentarily.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So there's 3 different sunken places. I mean, like that's kind of where things have landed. I'm trying to find. I don't know if Brook specifically. What triggers her memory in 1149 is the kids yelling "Daddy" as they're about to fly off, and she's yelling "Father." I'm trying to remember when specifically. Do you remember, Ken, when it said she killed?
I'll look it up when I pass it over to you. If you want to, I'll finish up now. Then
yeah, if you finish up, I'll find it. It's got to be around there. Yeah.
I'm mad we cut away from the Zaza Freaky stuff so soon because after last week's chapter, the previous chapter, I felt like that was gonna be the big set piece. And I'm glad that we see Sanji approaching, and that is gonna eventually happen. I'm just sad that we're being pulled away. But we're being pulled away for a good reason, so I'm not complaining too much. But yeah, this is a phenomenal chapter. I'm just very excited to see more of this. All right, go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I was trying to figure out.
What is it that is in contention here?
It's not contention. I'm just trying to find where it says she killed his father, her own father.
I'll pull it up, Zach.
He called her the father killing.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember when that happened.
Or whatever.
The dash ringing.
Yeah.
This was a really, really fun chapter. So the first half I do want to talk about a little. This is the Oda. I'm going to set up all the stakes and the drama before we head into a flashback, which he did similarly before the God Valley one. I think it's a lot more effective now, but also makes it equally disappointing when we do head away. There's multiple emotions to feel with it, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice as to why now are we heading into this specific flashback. And I'm sure there's good reason. Yeah.
But just imagine we get through this flashback and they save the kids again from Emu again. And then he's like, this, you haven't seen my third form yet. And then he transforms again. And then Ratatosker is like, and then goes 5,000 years ago, 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
I'm gonna write that down.
Listen, if Brook had woken me up at 4 a.m., he would have been a skeleton way faster than in his life because
same.
Yeah, no way, man.
Yes, I agree. As someone who has children who wake me up at that hour, but I also feel like with Brook, love the hell out of them. But also, please don't wake me up at 4 a.m. Please stop. Would I be angry if I got a Ratatosker flashback? No, I wouldn't. That sounds fun. I would totally
Zach,
be down
I
for
have
that.
The panel, if you want to.
I'm glad I killed enough time for what chapter?
It's chapter 1173.
It was recent. Yeah, right.
Brook,
it was when he confronted her, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
He goes, Princess Shuri. Is that you, Princess Shuri? No, of course not. I know you can't be her, but you look so alike. It reminds me of her, and I couldn't help but check just in case. But even if you're not the same person, you'd be blood relatives, yes? If she were still alive, she'd be nearly 80 years old after all, and she certainly wouldn't recognize me in the state I am in now. But your face, your blue hair, your mismatched eyes, and the Holy Land, and your love of my music, all of it aligns perfectly, doesn't Princess Shuri? I never wanted to think of you again for the rest of my life. Not the father-killing princess. The life you stole away belonged to the man to whom I owe everything.
Mm.
So if that is referring to Reuven here, like that colors it in a very interesting way that I want to see more of.
Well, the next page is even more interesting because this is when Emu says, Gunko is thy memory coming back. And then, how darest thou? How dare you for retrieving the memories that are in your body? It's very interesting stuff. And the thing that I'm most excited / happy about with this particular flashback is it really doesn't... It feels like almost the opposite of shoehorned in that it's like Oda feels like he has to get this story out of the way. Like, for good or for bad, you know? Like, unlike this, like, the Sanji one, you know, pros or cons to it, sure. But, like, that definitely did feel more... I don't know if shoehorn's the right word, but, like, it felt a little more superfluous. History. Yeah, a little more retconny, yeah. Mm-hmm. This, he's laid a lot of breadcrumbs, so he has a lot to work with, Oda. Which maybe it's also because he's gotten better at that over time, like setting breadcrumbs up like that over a very long period of time, versus like at the beginning when it was Sanji is just Sanji, and there's this flashback with Zeph on an island, you know, eating his own leg.
I think it's just easier to believe that Brook has more time in his life for a tragic backstory than Sanji has had time in his life for 2 tragic backstories by the time he's like 9 years old, you know?
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
Poor kid.
Yeah. I have issues with the second Sanji flashback, mostly because it feels like Robin Part 2, you know, in a lot of ways. They like literally say the line. But that aside, I am excited about this particular one for many reasons. First of all, I also like Brook a lot. He is definitely the underappreciated Straw Hat. And, you know, some quirks aside, he's been interesting in that he has kind of approached everything with some mystery. I remember specifically in Whole Cake Island, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the stuff with Capone, he was acting mysterious around Big Mom, and around maybe even the fact that, you know, it's gangsters and they're West Blue, right? Is Capone from the West Blue? Yeah. So, you know, he always approaches these interesting situations with ellipses, even though he seems like this very, you know, wacky, and he is this very like wacky, off the wall character. He
recognizes the Vinsmoke name, I think, right? That's what happened to.
He did. He did.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I wonder if we'll get a little mention here.
And I do. Nice. One of my favorite things of his during Whole Cake Island, unrelated, is how he calls her young lady. I think is fantastic, but he does have so much to work with there. And I love what we've gotten so far. It does feel a little like Oda ripping off of himself with the Film Red stuff, but it's still great stuff. And we haven't really talked about the Queen, Candel, and I don't think she looks like the ordinary Oda, you know, beautiful queen princess character, right? I feel like he's actually a little bit outside. A little bit outside.
Facially,
she looks different.
Yeah, facially is the same, but the design.
I don't know. I think she looks closer to Cavendish than the usual.
She looks like a boss ass bitch, is what she looks like.
She does.
True,
she does.
true.
She's Candle Dish.
Oh
my god.
Candle Dish. Anyway, I don't know if I have much else to say about this. I'm excited to get into it, but I don't really know if there's like much else to chew on besides what we've already discussed at this point. Next week is going to be depressing, I'm sure.
Yay!
What's the over under that Kendall dies? Like, to me, it seems like that's
bro.
It's 70 years ago. She is dead.
Literally her name.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus.
Well,
you know, she's a mom. She's a One Piece mom. Like, we've been over this. I've got the figure from winning the bets about these things before. Like,
that's right.
You know,
I will also say, you know, even if she is fine and unscathed through this whole thing, it's 70 years ago. So either she is like an immortal celestial dragon, or she is dead from old age or from something else. Because again, 70 years. I very highly doubt she's around. I guess
Unless
possible,
she is actually Dr. Kureha and...
I'm waiting for Brook and Kureha to meet so she can call him a young man.
Yes.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Damn.
That's good.
I love it.
I like that this also for this flashback, we have a meme already built in. So like the Loki one was what was it? It was a 3-minute story that Loki is telling to everybody.
Yes.
And it was like 16 chapters. And for this one, Jinbei is just like standing there, like tapping his shoulder, like his finger on his arm, like,
come on, we gotta go.
Does she live or does she die? Yeah.
Yeah, Jinbei's like, I want to join the fight, but I really got to know how this story ends.
And Brook's like, and then Candel walked out of the opera house, and Jinbei's like, come on! Get to the point.
Brook's like, I had already cut them. Jinbei's like, come on, man.
I cut them 3 hours ago. Which actually...
Brook has a musical intermission in his storytelling, probably.
Now I'm going to sing an unrelated song.
And then they all stood up and applauded and said the name of my special attack. And
Brook, not only do I not believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what? I do find it interesting. If you think how famous that Brook is now as the Soul King, if there is anyone other than Gunko alive from this country who might recognize him from that, because his name is known across the world now.
They would be very old, though, so they would not really know about his TD's tone dials, right? That's what.
Grandma, what did you listen to when you were young? Oh, this piece of shit woke me up at 4 a.m. every day.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Why did you wake me up, honey?
Get me my gun. Just shoots the transponder snail.
Fetch my gun.
Not again. Why are you listening to that racket at 4 in the morning?
Yeah. I will say I did love that all of the stuff and the reactions. It is very Usopp-y. It is like basically note for note is the Usopp intro. Yeah. So, but it's a good one.
I mean, I think it's the same but different.
It fits. Yes, it fits into his characterization as a musician. So, like that he's singing songs.
He's a musician. Okay. Well, find out new things every day. That's gonna do it for the manga recap. Why don't we move on into the next segment?
This is the triple anime recap for episode 1161 through 1163. And we are joined with... Oh my god, it's been so long. I forgot we had like a thing.
Do you not remember my bit?
So I remembered I started doing like really long Yu-Gi-Oh card names for you. Okay.
Wait, that?
Joining us...
I thought my thing was the opposite day shit every time.
Well, then it moved like it was hyperbolic, and now
oh, that's what you were doing.
Well, so like eventually I added the opposite day thing, and we're done with opposite day.
Okay, good. Thank God.
On opposite day.
On opposite day, so it's never over.
Joining us today is super anti-kaiju machine Mecha Thunder King Ken O'Connor.
You had the opportunity to put Kind King in there to make it my actual username.
I was I was because I was like collecting them in my notes of like what things I want to call you eventually later. And then I was like, as I was reading, I was like, oh shit. Okay. It's so super anti-kaiju machine Mecha Thunder Kind King Ken O'Connor.
Thanks for having me, Sam. Good to be back.
So we begin this triple anime recap with episode 1161, A Dangerous Deal, Loki of the Underworld and Luffy. And it begins with chapter 1131, it covers manga chapter 1131. And it begins with Luffy throwing his hands in the air, saying, "I did it!" Because he's excited to have confirmation that he's in Elbaf now. And we got the triumphant music going on, but it cuts abruptly as Loki's like, "Hey, hey, hey, listen, asshole." And this, getting Luffy's attention causes a Konkurasaki burst to erupt from Loki. And it is enough to perturb the beasts of the area. And we watch some mysterious cloaked figures wandering through the snow. Loki says, "I am a legend. I am spoken of as a legend in this country. I am the sun god. What do you make of all this?" And Luffy's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." So Loki, Elbaf's accursed prince. He has a special government bounty of 2.6 billion. Luffy's just like, what do I make of it? I think you're in chains. And Loki explains that he's been chained up for 6 years and that he has a favor to ask. And he calls Luffy Roddy, and Luffy has to correct him. Loki is trying to make a deal. If Luffy lets him out, he'll wipe out any pirate crew of his choice, and that the key should be somewhere in the village. And he calls this underworld, like as like yetis and wolves and snakes and elephants are kind of gathering in the area to intimidate us. Loki is bragging that this is the underworld. This is the world where the sun has died. And Luffy, he's looking up at the monsters. They look very similar to the kind of animals he was hanging out with on Ruskaina. And as Luffy is marveling at this sight, the cloaked figures in like gas masks are arriving, and they are humans who have messed with Elbaf, and they're wearing gas masks because they're wearing like stinky clothes to avoid the beasts.
I love these guys. Like, I like them when they showed up in the manga. Like, they have a very small
completely forgot
role.
about them.
I keep joking because like I keep calling like the Knights of Ren like the Knights of Loki because they just kind of like are little like nobody servants to Loki in black robes. But the way they're animated in this segment, I just remember them like they're kind of like bobbing back and forth a little bit. The way they move is very fun in this segment. I remember that stuck with me.
Yeah, a little bit like a little Miyazaki ghosts or something.
Yes, very similar to that.
These are some glup ship beards for another day. And the figures are wondering if they are able to rob Luffy, but they're warning each other of what happened last time when they encountered the red-haired pirates. And then that gets Luffy's attention. But like, it gets his attention while he's already like, getting the giant lions to give him high fives and stuff. And they're
all freaking out like, how'd he do that?
Yeah, how is he friends with them already? And then Loki has to get a jab in and call Shanks a cowardly pirate, and this prompts Luffy to get mad and go immediately to fourth gear and tries to punch Loki.
That was the quickest transformation to Gear 4 I think we've ever seen. Like, Luffy, like, snapped, boom, and just punched. It was great.
And, Loki's insinuating that he'll tell Luffy more if he lets him out of his chains. That brings us to the eye catch of the episode. And the rest of the crew is trying to cross the giant bridge, but it starts to shake because now Roto is running down it. And Usopp's like, "Oh, it's the guy who looks like he's charged with lightning." And Nami makes a face because she knows that's her handiwork. And you also have Gerd and Goldberg are shortly behind. And but Goldberg is carrying the Sunny for some reason over his head. Elsewhere in the woods, Haruden has won his fight with the weird like lizard moose thing, and his crewmate Stanson is helping him to lift it, and they're like humming a little theme song for the new giant warrior pirates. So they're prolific enough to have their own theme music. and the narrator is giving us a classic kind of rundown of the new giant crew. Haruden's the captain, Stanson's the shipwright, Rodo's the navigator, Goldberg's the cook, and Gerd is the doctor. And Brook back on the ship with on the Great Eric with that half of the crew. We have Brook giving Robin a haircut while everybody watches. Everyone's just kind of going ooh and ah, and Jinbei kind of has this look like as if he's reminiscing about the good old days that he wasn't there for.
Yeah, you don't know. You have no idea.
He's like, yes. What are we doing? And Brook was nervous because he's never cut a woman's hair before. His heart was pounding, but he doesn't have a heart. Skull joke. And yeah, everyone's kind of just marveling at Robin's. She's got her bangs back.
Thank God.
Classic old school bangs. Robin, looking cute. Even Oimo is nostalgic. He's like, oh, that's how you looked when we met. And then the crew is watching as Elbaf is coming into view, and but this is cut alongside a shot of a mysterious somebody on the island running and calling out for help because Mr. Saul has collapsed, and that's our cliffhanger for the episode.
Dun dun dun.
So 1162, a gargantuan wave of emotion, the dreamlike scenery of Elbaf. And so this is covering chapter 1132, and we have the crew emerging through the Nami and Sanji and their group. They're like kind of running through the trees. They were like inside one of the trees, and they're making their way out, and taking in the sight of the forest. Luffy is emerging back up above the underworld, and he's catching Goldberg and Gerd running with his ship, and he lands in the palm of Gerd's hands and kind of asking them what's up. Goldberg's like, oh, did you just come from the underworld? And then Luffy gets really sweaty because he had promised Loki not to tell anybody.
This is a good bit.
Yeah, he's like, he's classic bad liar, Luffy.
Why are your hands all sweaty? And why are you standing like that?
And then on the shore, we have the bar that Shanks was hanging out at when he fought Kid. And one of the giant children, Colin, is hanging out at this bar. And he's excited to see the Great Eric coming from the horizon. And he's like calling out to them, like, "Oh, you're gonna stop at the bar, right?" And we see Dory and Brogy on the deck, giving like hand signs, like Brogy's like X hands, like no. Brogy's pointing up to the sky. We're going up, and the new giant pirates are also trying to intercept them, but Brogy just pulls out like this clear cube thing. And they're like sailing towards a waterfall with the reflective water and stuff. And they like hold up this this prism stone thing that they call a painter, and it creates a rainbow bridge. And Jinbei is like, oh, I didn't think you could see rainbows from this angle. He's like, I know some science, and this isn't science.
this isn't matching what I know of the world.
So yeah, they're all amazed that they can ride up this rainbow as if it's water. And we have Rodo chasing after Nami and Chopper, and it's just a lure so that Zoro and Sanji could cut down and kick down a tree to crush him and topple him and stop him.
Right, they're all concerned because they don't want to attack him head on. They need to make it look like, oh, if the giant's gotten into an accident, like if a tree fell on him.
It's weird that they're so concerned about whether they'll be implicated in a crime.
Well, the last thing you want is to piss off an entire island of giants, and if you cut down one of their own, who knows what happens.
I guess I just feel like there's just so many situations where they're not so
yeah, it's a very comedic angle to approach it with.
Yeah, and so Goldberg and Gerd are now also finally arriving, and they basically spank Roto out from under the tree with their axes. And now Zoro's like, see, it was a good idea. Now there's no evidence that we did anything.
They did a good job making Roto like extra creepy and kind of pervy, and like Gerd was like so like annoyed, like you creep, as they smacked him. It was pretty great.
Yeah, so we're running through the island. Yeah, so we're meeting up with this part of the crew, and this part of the new giant pirates are acquainting themselves. And eventually they make their way to the edge of the island clouds, right outside the woods, at around the same time that the Great Eric is arriving on the Rainbow Bridge. And we got this very nice shot of like Luffy and Usopp like excitedly running in profile, as they're like remembering their the times back in the day when they were excited to see Elbaf. And they get a glimpse of the full sight of this giant town, and Usopp is crying, and we get a very gentle sounding different narrator. It's Louis Arnaud, who's speaking of his somebody who apparently had gone to Elbaf and had written about it as well as going to like Little Garden and stuff. The voice sounds very much like a much more like a gentle Brook. Like it sounds like Cho almost.
That's a good way of comparing it.
So Louis is saying the gargantuan size is an emotion itself. Who could ever find the right words to describe the view? This is Elbaf Island, the kingdom of Warland. Adventurers, do not mourn your time here that passes, never to return. And it takes Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper like an extra second to bug their eyes out at the Rainbow Bridge.
The delay is pretty funny. Like, hey guys, wait, what?
Yeah, and Louis Arnaud keeps talking. He says, keep these words in the back of your mind. Do not overstay your welcome. And this is the cliffhanger of the episode as we're watching the silhouette, a shadowy figure of somebody else, a certain somebody moving through the woods, passing by a bear.
Looks very similar to that figure we saw a couple episodes back at the end of Egghead that was saying "come on" to the end of to Elbaf.
Certainly. And then episode 1163. I Want You to Praise Me, the reunion of Robin and Saul.
Grab the tissues.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite effective, this episode.
I read the manga and I knew what this episode was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna affect me as much, and we'll get into it. But like, I cried. I cried in this episode. Like, it got me between the animation, the music, and everything. This episode got me. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm not an easy crier. Like I definitely it tugged the heartstrings for sure. We have some black and white memories of Robin's childhood. I like this scene of Spandine giving like his version of events to the reporters.
Yes. Yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was very interesting. Telling them that Robin was the one responsible for destroying all the warships.
She killed all the people, and then she took down a Navy ship. She did all of it. Like, really building her up to be this absolute devil child.
Yeah, and just like a montage of Robin trying to kind of survive on her own after the events of Ohara. There's a scene of she's like looking at like some sort of like map book at a shop.
Oh yeah, no, Ohara is no longer in the book.
Well, yeah, she's like jotting down. Yeah, she's like drawing, scribbling Ohara into the book, and that gets her in trouble. And then the guy, the shopkeeper's like, "Hey, hold on, I know you." And then there's just lots of scenes of people trying to hunt Robin down.
Was this also where they have the montage of her running and the screen, the way it's animated, it's like a white line on the screen,
yes.
And it keeps rotating, and like she runs horizontally, then she runs parallel to the line. Like, I thought that was really beautifully done, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting. Like like sometimes like it's a black screen with a white line, and sometimes the white line is like horizontal or vertical, as you said. Like sometimes it feels like it's like the alleyway that she's running down metaphorically,
yes.
or it's the path that eventually leads to a dead end. But yeah, I agree with you. I thought they did a lot of interesting things where it's sort of like, even when it's like facing a completely different perspective, it sort of finds a way to this one like continuous white streak across the screen, just kind of finds a way to like visually
it was super well done
of the environment. And it and then she hits the dead end, the metaphorical dead end, which then fades out to the literal scene of her standing on a cliff like she's about to kill herself. But she has a memory of her mother, and then that gets her a step back, and then she's having memories of Saul. And yeah, so the crew is landing at the dock with the rest of Luffy's part of the group descending down on something called a svar, which is like a rowboat, but the oars have like buoyant clouds on them, so it's able to like float.
I like there's a point here where Lilith is like saying like, oh yeah, in Elbaf you can use like island clouds, you can use hover, you can use this, like all the different things. And it's like, oh, it's like a Pokemon game where they have Gigantamax and Z moves and this and this. It all works here.
I'm digging Lilith as a change of colors.
Yes, that was very cool.
Like her jumpsuit's now more white, and her jacket is like kind of it's almost like a dark purple. It's like almost black, but it's like slightly bluish.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool. So everyone's just getting reacquainted with each other. Luffy doesn't like Haruden calling him Big Boss. Nami and Robin are gal-palling about each other's looks. Haruden's introducing the crew to the four new giant pirates, but like you got the fifth guy, Roto, is like in the background crucified, like, please talk about me.
The Roto bits are really good.
And they're telling the crew that like, oh, you're famous here because you defeated Big Mom. Like even in this backwards town where we're very cut off from the rest of the world, like that still traveled. Like we still heard about that because she's a big deal to us because she did something quite terrible in the past. So now the crew is so they have like I guess they prepare for a banquet, but we don't see that part. We're taking a ride on the Svar with Gerd because the crew wants to travel with Robin to see the giant library and to reunite with her friend.
Oh yeah, they start marching to like the dining hall, and then Robin's like, "Hey Luffy," and like they all stop, and then like they all like kind of agree to go with her. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Luffy's being all cool. He's like, "Oh, it's a captain's duty to pay respects to somebody who helped a crew member." And then Robin's kind of tickled.
That, Luffy?
Yeah, Robin's tickled. It's like, oh, yeah, it's just how it is. Just how it is. And I got like Lilith is like rocket booting herself up to like because Luffy, Robin, and Chopper are like hanging out on Gerd's knee as she's like rowing, and then like you have like Lilith like rocketing up to like kind of sightsee with them as they're going underneath this like arched tree. And
that was weird. Why did they point that out? Like, oh look, it's an arch. And didn't they like
I was waiting for them to I was waiting for them to be like, oh, is this like some significant thing, or is it? I mean, like it's cool.
Yeah, it's a tree that formed in a weird shape. I'm like, why is that significant to them?
Or it was like somebody actually bent it to be an arch to signify that we're heading into this part of the island. And so we're getting some neat exposition about how kind of the geology, the quote unquote geology of Elbaf works, because like the beach is the sand is technically just like fossilized tree wood, and the water is like it doesn't have proper tides, but it moves in waves because of the waterfall. So they get on the beach, and Robin's first order of business is to find Saul. But just as she's looking for him, the woman from a few episodes ago comes running and saying the same thing, like, "Oh, Saul has collapsed."
She's been doing this for 6 hours.
Right. Like, was that scene like shown out of order before, or has she been like doing this for so? Has she been
In my
running?
head,
And
she kept doing it over and over again because they weren't sure when the Star Hats were going to show up.
Well, is she in on it? I thought.
Yeah, I assume she was. I assume that Saul tells her to do that.
Oh, I thought she thinks Saul is actually
I
collapsed.
could be wrong. I always assumed she was in on it, but
so we get this image of a child Robin opening the door, and through the frame of the doorway we see Saul's washed up body, as she remembers it. Once they see Saul's body washed up on the shore in a similar fashion, Robin, some gears are turning in her head. She's like, I see. And she, asks the crew not to worry about her. She goes on ahead to greet him. And just really adorable. Just Robin just glowing the whole episode, just looking just adorable.
She looks really good, just design wise. She's really well done.
Yeah, she's very like kind of round, very obviously they're trying to evoke like this kind of refreshing reconnecting with childhood. She goes on ahead.
It's just like pure childhood joy on her face the entire time.
And they're cross-cutting between like this kind of metaphorical image of like child Robin and younger Saul meeting, and then cross-cutting that with the adult Robin and older Saul. So she stops before him, hands tucked neatly behind her. She's just not bracing for anything at all. She's just ready for him to do his thing. And then Saul, jumps. He's like, "Wow!" He does the scary hands, like just the guy like messing with the child.
Yeah.
And she is unmoved, and he starts laughing, and we're seeing now that he's older. He's got a mustache. He's got a peg leg.
He's got scars all over his body too. His hand and his face are all scarred up.
He's just like, I'm so sorry. I just didn't know how else to greet you again. And he's like, she gets in his hand so he can bring her up closer to get a good look at her. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you're so beautiful. You've grown up so much. You look just like your mother." And Robin seems flattered by that. She puts the hand on her face, on his face scar. And we're getting the memories of Saul being frozen, and then like somehow he got pushed into the ocean, where I guess like the heat from the fire and the salt water was able to dissolve the ice. And then Saul's like, "Oh, and then I was reading the papers, and I saw all the things that they said, all the terrible things they said about you." And Robin's like, "Shush, I don't want to talk about sad things." So she like puts her arms out, and then very, very bold for Robin, she says, "I want you to praise me for being alive." And he hugs her, and he's crying about how proud he is of her, and she's crying too. And get a montage of Robin stuff set to a new song by Mariotsky, "Never Alone in This World." Never was alone in this world. And then so we get the montage.
Before they do that montage, though, like show like when she's asking him to praise her, it's her opening both her arms up like almost like a hug like kind of style, and it's all being done from different angles. And then when he pulls her in close, like she reverts to her childhood form for a split second, until she like hits his beard, and then she turns back into adult Rob. Like it's so like we don't have to analyze the refrain here, but it's so well done at every single point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, and then, like, I like how the montage leads into then like a credit roll with the song still going, and it's not the usual and ed. It's just the song with black scrolling text and the little more montages in the side, and it like eventually it gets to the back to the present day and like the crew's reaction, and they're like them getting all emotional, seeing Robin be emotional, and like that scene from the manga of like the crew just sympathy crying with her.
It's funny. Robin cries first, and then when Saul starts crying, it starts like coming down like giant droplets, and then like on the way it's animated, it's like a fountain goes off of just like tears cascading across the entire screen, and that's what leads into the Straw Hats crying. It's so well done.
Yeah, I thought this episode was quite great. You go first, Ken.
I've kind of put my opinion in the very beginning and scattered throughout. Like, it was just very well done. I thought, like, again, I read the manga. I knew this is the moment people have been waiting for such a long time, and it was done so delicately. They didn't shove a bunch of extra things that didn't need to be in here. I felt like the song choice was really good, and then like when you watch the montages, a lot of them is just like either still images or small scenes from like the One Piece anime for the last how many years of like Robin's, like not her best moments, but like Robin just interacting with the crew at different times and what they mean to her, and her just living life. And that's what she's asking for. She's asking Saul to praise her for living, for like, I don't know. It hit the nail on the head in the best way. I was very moved by it.
Yeah, because like the pin that had always been in the Robin storyline was Saul telling her, like, nobody was born to be alone in this world. Like you'll find friends someday, I promise. And then like obviously we've had so many emotional moments reflecting on that over the years, and like that's sort of like the thing paying off here as well, which is like all these like the success that she had found her people, and she had been living this extraordinary life, and now she gets to reconnect with Saul after all that. Just the delicacy of like how Robin is drawn in this episode was always going to be such a huge thing, and I find that was a total home run. Just in terms of just milking this scene for all the endearment it's worth. It's like it was always like a very complicated emotion of like realizing that Saul was alive. Like what does that mean for the story? But I can't deny that I've been completely swept up in the size of the emotion of this reunion. Is the gargantuan size of the emotion, you could say.
The giant size that can only be happening on Elbaf.
Yeah, and I just think this is just such a testament to like how just how the little things feel is like kind of the entire point of an episode like this. Just like whether the music lands, whether the drawings land, whether the the memory choices and all the montages land. I thought this episode did an excellent job at all of those.
Yeah, I saw some complaints on not this episode but the previous one where Robin got her bangs back, and people like, oh, like that wasn't animated very well, or that didn't really have that much like weight to it, and as it should have probably been. But then like this episode, yeah,
I didn't care at all. I think that's kind of an over. I think that's
Oh, I
think we were overthinking that one.
I agree. I'm just so happy that like there was extra special attention paid to this episode. Like they didn't need to do that insert song and all the other like they did extra special things in this one, which I think was the right move. Honestly, it made this one very special.
Yeah, I thought it was a A+. Anything else you want to say? Any stray comments from the episodes, the 2 episodes before that?
No, not really. I'm glad we're in Elbaf proper now. It looks beautiful. One thing just overall that I think Elbaf is doing super well, the soundscape design for like the like I know it's like it's background noise or background music, but like we talked a couple weeks ago when they were in the underworld, like the sound of the wind whipping through, and it felt cold and chilly. But like when they're walking around like the new level now, like the forest level, like you can like I don't know who's doing the soundscape stuff, but it sounds so like in depth, and especially with headphones on, it's very like it feels like you're there. I don't know what they're doing, but I love it a lot.
Well, yeah, I know that was like a point of focus on this new season 2 of One Piece.
Oh, they're killing it.
Was that they were finally kind of retiring their old sound effects that they were reusing for the last 1,000+ episodes.
That's great.
And now they're updating them.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Anything else you'd like to say before we move on to the next segment, Ken?
Nope, I'm all good.
All right. Thank you very much, as always.
Thank you.
Let's move on.
Good morning, Piece Together segment. It's 4 a.m. and it's time for the Piece Together segment. Which I already said. Where we take your questions, comments, theories, and determine whether we should go into excruciating detail about it or if we have something to get to. Ken, what's our first segment?
Zach, our first segment is This Piece. This is where we read all our Patreon Discord questions that we get on the Discord. I don't know why I repeated that twice. Did we read this one? I think this one came in after the podcast, right? From Dimmadome from last week.
This is your choice. I think it did because it doesn't look. And also, you check them off? You do.
I check them off usually, yeah.
So then, good luck.
All right, here we go.
This is about last chapter, by the way.
Yes. Moin OPP, with yet another One Piece god added to the pool last chapter. I think it's
Zaza Freaky. That's the name of the.
That's the name of the, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's good a time as any to share a thought process I pondered over for quite a while now. As any sane and productive member of society would do, I spent a sleepless night or 5 creating a mind map of all curious One Piece information I could think of to then try and connect some dots. And now, apparently having lost it completely, I'm willing to wager that Blackbeard's fruit is as much the Yami Yami no Mi as Gomu Gomu no Mi is Luffy's. Instead, I believe he has the human fruit model Nika, too. Bold statement, so hear me out, and ready your tinfoil hats. Thanks to Elbaf's culture and Gunko, we learned about another interpretation of Nika being the destroyer rather than the liberator. Thing is, liberation and destruction go hand in hand. It's the idea of one single event influencing people in different ways. If the sun god manages to overthrow the current government, all the nobles lose their status quo while the suppressed might gain freedom. It's a new dawn for the slaves and a duck for the top 1%, and a dusk for the top 1%. And since Teach and Luffy share an intense longing for freedom, but go about it as differently as they can, I would argue that Teach has the destroyer interpretation of the Nika fruit. His alleged Logia has weird properties. He has got a move he called Liberation. The fruit itself looks just like Luffy's fruit. It's the White Warrior and the alleged Darkness fruit. It just aligns too well not to be at least a bit suspicious. Fully committing to the tinfoil hattiness now, I remember Vegapunk's broadcast being interrupted by a bad signal as he said, "Among you, D, there is a ... as we see Blackbeard in the same panel. So, staying true to the checkered fate motive, I could imagine the D standing for both dawn and dusk, respectively, and Teach being the dusk." And then they followed up with, "Sorry for the even longer post." It's perfectly fine.
As,
Any thoughts?
Says Ken. It's although I think of did he mention the Whitebeard thing? Like, oh, you are not really one of the D, or you're not the one he's waiting for, right? That's
right.
Yeah.
I wonder, and also Emu says something like that name doesn't really mean what it used to mean. So like I wonder how diluted the D pool is. Not gene pool, D pool. But I don't think it's so simple as D means you're a good guy. Like I do, and because it definitely is not.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
there's also the possibility that Blackbeard just took the D because he's part of the Davy clan, and that's that instead, and it's a different D. I mean, I think it is a different D, but like that there might be that he's hiding his name, but also keeping it in there.
Yeah,
That
he's
makes
one of those people that just has a normal D initial. Like it's it's not a special D. It's just, people can have a D initial.
David. David, you know, it's just my middle name.
I don't know if I don't know how likely I think they have the same fruit thing is, but I do appreciate any lens through which you can compare and contrast Luffy and Teach, because that has been such a strong motif throughout the series for them. So I do enjoy the ways that Dimmadome here was able to to describe them being opposites of one another, because I think that's really cool. Interesting stuff.
I think the one thing that I do appreciate that is like been coming into, I don't want to say focus, but like contrast, at least when we see Emu more and more in the story, is that Teach isn't like, yes, he is like the polar opposite of Luffy generally, and that has been really well set up through the series, but he's also not, it's not so simple. It's not like A is the opposite of B, and therefore C is the opposite of, it's not always that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's that there are, as One Piece does so well, there are many gray areas, there are many levels of evil, there are many levels of like power and and crime and or whatever that take place. And I think Blackbeard represents one end of that, and Emu represents a very different end of that. And Emu is definitely looking like he also has a lot of inverse Luffy motifs about him, but I really think Blackbeard is going to be playing a role sooner rather than later for the reasons said, and for those motifs, and to play into those motifs. Ken.
All right. Next up, we have Straw Hat Pirate 9. Yes, finally, Brook Gunko flashback is here. I love Brook's home. The island looks so cool. Little Sherry is so cute. I've been dying for this flashback, but darn it, Oda, putting it when the children got kidnapped again? Then back on my brain, the back of my brain is saying, think of the children, but the frontal lobe is all Brook, 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 Brook. I was really happy to see Brook so high in the midterms. I hope this increases his number also. Side note, I'm working hard to get Vivi and Bartolomeo in the top 30. Those are my Blorbos, and they deserve to be higher.
Yeah, I don't know if that's...
Keep fighting
Vivi
the good fight.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going for it. At this rate, Kirby is going to just, at the end of the year, be taking that same kids falling off of the tree and just replacing it with Zaza's arm and the number 6 instead of 2025.
And putting a blue filter on it to make the fire into water.
Yeah. Pretty simple, actually. That'll be... And you know what? That would be one of our funniest images, I think, for that reason. So, yeah, go for it, Oda.
Okay. Next up, we have Sam the Kokoyasi Drunk. Ahoy, OPP. This was a great chapter. I also appreciate that Brook is the musician that is a hit with all the young people, but all the older generation absolutely hate, like the Beatles. Hey. Something about the king's design makes me not trust him. He seems to fall in line with how Oda designs ugly people, and often ugly people are the bad guys. But I'm sure Oda is doing a don't judge a book by its cover thing. Candel certainly dresses like a celestial dragon, or maybe it's just the very European style coat. And Brook's crush on Candel is kind of funny because with her being former captain of the guard, Brook was either her underling that took her position, or they were co-captains. Brook's look is definitely PYT era Michael Jackson. I guess you could call it a PYF for pretty young flashback. But now that Brook is the latest in Oda's long history of modeling a character after a musician, my question, what musician would you want to see Oda filed? Like Oda-fied.
Oda-filed. Oda-fied?
Oda-fied.
Oda-filed. Oh, no.
No, Oda-fied.
No, I choose to think of defiling it because it's his caricatures, which are never great.
Miku.
No.
Put her in.
That's Gunko already. The blue hair?
Yeah.
She needs
That's
the
a good
twin
point.
tails.
I thought that was Uta.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's actually... Yeah.
Jamiroquai. Wait, no.
That's
he's already
copy.
done that. Yeah.
Damn it.
Didn't they? Oh, yeah, they just did for that Choppers
Law.
thing. They did a reference of Chopper doing the Jamiroquai thing, like literally from the video with his hat. There's so many Jamiroquai hats in One Piece. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
I want to see Oda draw Sabrina Carpenter. Short and sweet.
Oh, of course you do.
Avril Lavigne?
He already,
Levine,
he already
which
drew
cl-
her, didn't he?
do that? I think
think
he
he
did.
The OG
did.
Avril or like her replacement?
No, the original one.
Oh, does she have
Before
a
she was
clone?
murdered.
Oh yeah,
conspiracy
well,
We're not
theory.
going down that
Oh,
rabbit
you don't know
hole.
about that conspiracy theory? We talked about that a lot on this show for some reason.
Well, her soundtrack is on one of the One Piece movies, so she's relevant.
I was joking because of that, but yeah. Whew. I'm trying to think of
I
one.
was gonna say, Joan Jett, like the other song, but then I was like, oh, well, I think he did that with. Weren't people saying Doll was supposed to be
Doll
like a
looks like
Joan
that,
Jett? Yeah.
Lady Gaga meat suit, and then Luffy's near.
Oh hell yeah!
Good answer. Good answer.
Luffy eats Lady Gaga.
David Bowie, just generally, any of them?
That's Bartolomeo.
What? No, it isn't.
A little bit.
No, it isn't.
You remember
What do
that
you want
time
from
when
me?
he whipped out his dick and started peeing?
Oh my gosh.
You know what? You're right. Forget it. Forget I said anything.
All right, next one.
Hmm.
Our next one is from Rewert I Made. Good evening. Good
Okay.
evening, Maid OPP. We finally seen Brook's eyeballs. I feel like my mental powers did that. Now that we know Brook was already super
that
fast
was good.
and could jump real far, even when he was a living being, do you think he actually gained any powers from his initial revival? Obviously now he can astral project and freeze stuff, but it really looks like he was just just as amazing as he was 20 years old as when we met him at 88, which is ridiculous. Everyone knows that you're a much tougher fighter in 88 than a measly 20-year-old. Do you think current day Brook has osteoporosis?
No, he drinks milk. We've seen
That's
that
what-
healer.
yeah.
We know
he
the answer
drinks
to
a lot
that.
of milk. Yeah.
You know Sanji makes sure he gets plenty of calcium.
I need my milk.
I do genuinely think that one of the jokes about Brook's power is that it doesn't really do anything except that he comes back to life one time. Like, the fact that he doesn't get any extra powers, I think, was kind of part of... Didn't they were making fun of him in the Thriller Bark flashback, I think, because it's like, you can't swim, and what are you getting from it? Like, kind of... Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he probably can't
Because-
run when he's heavier because he isn't like run over water. That was
Yeah, he
probably
can-
a
he can run on
skeleton
water.
thing.
That's the
He's
only...
hollow.
No,
Yeah.
I know he has powers now, but like initially, at least when we were introduced, except for that one.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah.
Rumbar Pirates making fun of him, like, oh, great
Yeah,
devil
yeah.
fruit you got there, buddy.
Yeah. It doesn't... You sink and...
I wonder-
you die once, I guess?
I wonder if he's eaten it already by the time of this flashback, because there's that one line where he tells the king he's just gonna outlive him, and I was like, that's kind of funny if he's got his devil fruit.
Yeah.
I mean, he also
They say-
looks significantly younger, but
They say Brook was super fast and could jump real far. I'm sorry, I hate to break this to you, but he was just 20. That's the difference. You could do that when you're 20. Yeah.
Yeah, that is being 20. 20-year-olds out there, enjoy doing those two things. Because when you're 88, like me. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, next up we have 3-pace hum notch slash. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, my fellow rogues and sexy mermaids. What a chapter. I worry for Ripley saying oh well to Chopper's medical advice, but should be more careful. Oh, wait, there's something. Okay, well.
Oh, it's ABO. It's the, these are all
the blood
type
types
puns.
Yeah,
well, particularly the
like,
last one, yes.
This does not work in a audio podcast, but this
nope,
is a big
it does
move
not.
Slay. I get it.
Yes, okay.
Waiting for Ripley saying oh well to Chopper's medical advice. She should be more careful and not say F this transfusion.
That one's only in One Piece.
Just because she's being positive and infused about wanting to help her son. She needs to not be so bloody stubborn. Anywho, what's your headcanon on how Reuven and Candel met? Like, did they have a meet cute? Them being together is a bit weird, seeing as Candel looks like a badass androgynous queen, but Reuven doesn't look like he's washed his hair in the last decade. Thanks, have a great week, and enjoy Binks's brew. Less than 3, (N, parentheses, capital P.
Oh, shut up.
You know what? I think I'm on Reuven's side with this. Everyone is being so rude to this dude who's just hanging out, clipping some topiaries. Like, yeah. I'll be honest, if I was royalty, you think I'm putting on a bra or anything? No, you people are going to have to deal with me looking schlubby all the time. Right? Like, his wife is out there being a boss. He is currently male wife at home, taking care of the garden.
Yeah. You say it, Jill.
I wonder if that's the power dynamic. I wonder if Candel, like, is the figurehead or has, like, more power and he's just kind of, like, there.
Like, I kind of hope so. And I
hope they're in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Oda box did not say Esperia had 3 great stars. It's only 2.
That's true, actually.
What's that term on Reddit? Homosexual? That people use these days?
What?
You know, when a woman just has a guy who just lives in her house. And she's like, you know, doing her job and he's just there.
Oh, God.
No, but he's doing shit. He's just not.
You know what? I support him.
The funny thing is he cares about the upkeep. He cares about the upkeep of the garden and like the castle. He just doesn't care about his own upkeep, which a good house husband, stay-at-home dad.
Maybe he just doesn't want to stain his nice clothes while he's trimming the bushes. You know?
Yeah. Why would you?
Those are his chores. Just chore clothes.
Yeah. His chore clothes.
Steven, what'd you say? He had mustard on his shirt?
Yeah.
It does look like that, but it's just the bushes he's trimming.
No, that's definitely mustard.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What's next?
Next up, we have SNP. Heyo, OPP. Those guys from the Mulan family, more like Muran, am I right? Or like Moron.
Moron.
Yeah. Do y'all think Don Mulan have anything to do with Don Marlon? Is that why Steven picked the L instead of the R?
Like that I didn't call him Don Moron? Yeah, I mean, look, they're very close. In Japanese, it's Maron and Muron. So, you know, the dots are there to be connected if you want. And it certainly doesn't hurt the theories that every mobster in this world wears a suit and fedora. So, you know, they're clearly related. I'm just saying.
They're Mulan.
One tailor shop making a ton of fucking money, man. They've got it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, legitimate businessman's club or whatever they call it.
What's next, Ken?
All right, we have another one from Sam, the Kokiyashi drunk. Last week, you guys discussed potential podcast ideas during the break weeks and such. For my question to you is, even though it's only tangentially related, what's the likelihood we could get Oops All Akane Banashi episodes for an upcoming break? Both the manga and anime are reaching a fever pitch.
Should we do it? You do it like the Bleach April Fool's chapter, and just say, "Oh, we're doing the One Piece, manga recap," and then you just describe.
No, that was Fairy Tail.
Wow.
That was the Fairy Tail.
Oh, that was
one.
Fairy Tail. Oh,
what
you're
a
right,
yeah.
you're right.
cut.
That is the one that made our old friend, our good old friend Jammer, really upset because he didn't know what was going on. Yeah, we could totally do that. I think with Akane it would be much. The funny thing there is we were making fun of what's his face, the Fairy Tail guy, and how it looks exactly the same. I'll say I was watching this past week's was it 8 or 7 for Akane Banashi? I think it was 8. And notice Iken is the same voice as Sanji, which is fun.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, no, it just came out, so I'm not expecting, just because you're the translator of Akane Banashi.
I usually watch them like midweek because I have like a nice lunch break where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eat something and
I have to do like a Saturday night watch through of all my anime because it's like ends up being like an hour and a half of shows because there's so much good shit this season for some reason.
Only an hour and a half?
Well, this week it was like 2, at least 2, I think, because I was a week behind even, beyond that. So I ended up having to watch like 6 episodes of stuff. So
I think I watch too much anime.
yeah, I have to carve out the time is the problem. It's just tough.
That's fair.
I get it. Are you in any of the newest season stuff, Marianne? I should have asked you that.
I'm in. Mistress Kanan is devilishly easy.
Oh, totally watching that.
It is peak ecchi trash.
I'm sure Jeff through is enjoying.
Yes,
he loves his trash. I know.
Yes,
so.
It was because that just came out like yesterday. The top trash for the season, and that was sure was on it.
I don't remember what he said, but or I didn't watch it.
He likes it. I
don't.
I've been in funnier. I've been in funnier ecchi trash. Let's just say 100 Girlfriends is coming back next season, and I'm
that he does talk about that constantly.
Yes,
I'm really plugging his show this week, but it's fine. He plugs ours too.
Peak. So. It's peak.
Yeah, he says very good things about it. Okay, good to know.
And I got to do some stuff for the slime anime and the slime movie. So.
Hell yeah.
So that was fun. That's my this season stuff. I got to do Walla for Witch Hat Atelier, and that's all I care about.
Good. That's what I was gonna. We need to petition you in that.
I want to be in it so bad. Like as a character.
Who do I
character.
yell at for that?
I mean, it's Emily again.
Oh.
Emily's directing that.
We
and
gotta get
One
Emily
Piece.
back on. I didn't know she was doing
should.
both. It's because of when Twitter is how I was contacting her, and then I, don't use that anymore. I should probably reach out. I've also just been not great at reaching out to people the last few months. Anyway, Ken.
All right. Next up, we got it's Crocra Freaky, our good friend Cram here. Ahoy OPP. I'm writing this at midnight and barely awake. I heard the chapter a few hours late, but banger chapter as always. Brook is my Tide fave, non-Luffy Straw Hat, so the smile on my face when it became clear it was his flashback. Which is why I'm still sending a diss piece despite me about to sleep. How do you think he met Yorkie and fell in love? Wrong answers only. Have a great week. P.S. Candel is a babe.
By the way, this person, or Cram, is going to be very upset when they wake up at 4 a.m, since they're staying up so late writing this. Yeah, go ahead, sir. How do you think he met Yorkie and fell in love? So
he woke him up at 4
Yorkie...
a.m. and he was just like, "I'll shut up if you marry me," and that's just how that goes.
They met at one of those like support groups for widowers or whatever after Kendall dies.
So are we going? Yeah, go ahead.
Like, no, we weren't married, but we could have been if her husband had died.
Yeah, Brook just checked himself into the group. That was.
Are we gonna see a lot more Brook Yorkie fan fiction now? Is that really on the horizon? I mean, I don't know how much is out there.
The wave is cresting.
we're about to.
I mean, since the live action showed them, I feel like, yeah.
Oh,
that's true.
That helped.
Didn't he not wear a shirt? Well, Yorkie doesn't wear a shirt at the.
He doesn't, but I don't think anyone was expecting him to be like that hot, and so they were thrown off.
Yeah, I was thrown off by that. Go ahead.
Well, do we think that the Rumbar pirates, like, do you think they came from the same kingdom as like?
Did they say they may have? Did Yorkie get like a full? Let me look.
I don't think so.
I mean, they're a pirate crew. They don't necessarily have to come from a kingdom.
They did come from West Blue. They came from the West Blue. And also they were all dressed like the West Blue.
One of the 4, 25% of the world.
I mean, just the fact they were all musically themed. They were all like
or that could be why Brook, joined up with them. Maybe they were already musically themed. We don't know. I mean,
I just want to know, like, if like this kingdom and like Uda's kingdom and all the like, there's an archipelago of musical kingdoms, and like if Brook's kingdom gets destroyed, like, oh, we found this guy floating in the water by like a nearby island, and like, I don't know.
Everyone's always like, oh, you're from the West Blue. Do you know Brook? And they're like,
well, if there are a bunch of musical islands, you think they're all lined up in a row like a small bit of music notes?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
Would be very interesting.
Oda would do that potentially.
Yeah, he would.
Oda steal that. That's great.
And it does make me feel better about Uta's island too. So if they're like, was she from the West Blue? Like, is that also, or is that, what was the name of the island again?
Alesia.
Yeah, but she's not from Alesia. She's from, I don't remember.
She's from a box.
Yeah,
another girl,
another waifu in a box.
Alesia though is in the east. Oh no, it says East Blue, South Blue, Paradise, or Calm Belt. Thank you. That's great. One Piece Wiki. Thank you, One Piece Wiki, for throwing that down there. Great. Okay, what's next?
Next up, we got Wispy. Hey, OPP. I'm rather stunned about that you haven't noticed yet. By the time you finish the manga recap, I'd already cut you all.
Oh shit!
Guys, I gotta go to the hospital.
We'll go after the Piece Together segment.
Okay.
Loving the surprise of the Brook flashback right here, right now. The Loki and Emu fight has not really been doing it for me. Riven's design paints him as the traditional bad guy, but it seems he's actually a pretty good guy, which makes me think that Candel might be the evil one in this flashback.
No.
Oh. Maybe she has.
Don't you do that to her.
Maybe she has some greater ambitions to become a celestial dragon and has married into the royal family for a chance to get to the Holy Land. Lots of possibilities. Thanks, OPP.
No one is
like
evil.
That.
Everyone is misunderstood.
I think Reuven married into Candela's royal family.
That's what I thought too. Yeah,
but
Well, but who says that schlubby people can't be
have
power and wealth.
I can see the plan though. I can see Candel wanting to be like a celestial dragon, so she marries a schlub. Just like, all right, we're king queen now, because that's like Blackbeard is trying to establish Full Lead to be a recognized kingdom to the world government. What if that's the plan, to become a king and queen, become recognized, go to the Holy Land, and then, hey Emu, I'll sell you my daughter Shuri here to be your puppet, and then she kills the husband. Don't need him anymore. Like, I could see, like, there's a track there. I don't know if it's right, but I could see that all laid out.
I'm wondering if we aren't going to get a bit of a, like, sort of Nami-esque backstory with Shuri, where she's framed for stuff, or they think, like, she goes to the Celestial Dragons on purpose to maybe try to save her planet, her island, and it doesn't work. And Brook thinks that she's the one who destroyed it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming at this point that Emu, like, that the Shuri that kills her father is like an Emu possessed Shuri at this point.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. It could also be a Herald situation where something goes on with the father and she has to kill him. Like, we've had shit like this before. Dressrosa too,
shit.
Like, we could have more than
I think the really interesting thing about, when they talked about the 3 personalities of Gunko, is that the one who is the most mysterious, or the one that I want to be explained, is like the first one that we saw, because like the one who was Shuri breaking through, like that's pretty self-explanatory, and then the demon Gunko is it's just Emu possessing her. So like, what is this sort of default state of Gunko? Why is she like that? Is that affected by another facet of Emu's powers, or is that like her sort of post-traumatic, personality adjustment that she has been living with for decades? Like how does this all fit together? That's what I'm really interested in.
I feel like that's a personality they've kind of like put into her, like the fact that you're part of the Man-Mare family, your name is Gunka, like all these things, like every bit of it seems like brainwashed, fake nonsense, and then Emu just hijacks her whenever like.
But why? But seriously, why this girl from this random ass kingdom? At the end of the day,
she probably has some sort of ability or something that they want. Or it could just be them being like, she has cool eyes. We don't have a kid. This is our child now.
She could even be
we
adopted.
want more heterochromia, yeah.
We don't even know if she's technically related to them. She could literally be a celestial dragon that they somehow picked up. Like, there's a lot of things that could be going on here, and it'll just be tragic, and we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of different.
I'm sure it'll be tragic. If there's one thing we could say for sure, it's going to be tragic.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready. It'll be tragic. What's next?
All right, next up we have Tyler. Hey, OPP. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Apparently, I comment on all the holidays. Well, as it custom here in the U.S. to remember those who have fallen, let us take a moment and remember our glub shittos who have fallen for One Piece. Looking at you, Absalom, Pound, the Ear God Glut Bunny, and Ace. Anyways, the Brook flashback is
those
here.
Those are glub shittos?
I wouldn't call Ace
none of those are glub shittos.
Not in our bracket. Get them out of here. Back to Tyler. Anyways, the Brook flashback is here. Flashback to Skeleton Boogaloo. And with the previous flashback in this arc being the longest in the story so far, how long do you think this flashback will be?
Are we having a contest on this?
Not contest, we used to. But I already said 4 or 5 chapters.
I'd say 7.
I'm going with 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
This is
I
all
think
summer.
It's 10.
I'll
say
summer.
12.
Brook
Summer. Maybe that explains why there was a fall color spread. It's because that's when we're going to get back to the story.
That's when we're going back.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll say, I will say, in the future, Glut Bunny will be a very good Glup Shitto, because everyone's going to be like, what the fuck? Yeah. That bunny had a name? Like, they're going to forget that was the name of the bunny. So that's what makes a good Glup Shitto.
That's the one. Yeah, I should have said with that one exception. So 7 chapters, you add probably 3 breaks, so that's like 10 weeks, or 10 plus 3 is 13 weeks. How many months is that? Right. Is that like 3 months? Yeah, that takes us to June, July, August. Yeah. I think the end of the summer is right. Certainly August. I don't think we're getting back to the story before August.
Watch the very next chapter. He sums it all up very quickly.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And then Shuri stabbed him in the back. It was very quick.
It's the sort of flashback.
To Jinbei.
Yeah.
Wow! Thank you for telling that story so quickly that we could actually get
him down the stairs.
Oh wow! This is Zora's flashback.
Yeah, how's he gonna balance himself on those little feet?
That's true. It's really easy to
doing
murder
what he loves, cutting a topiary.
You like Reuben.
Maybe he's like a horse and he breaks his leg down the stairs, then they have to put him down.
I want more of these.
Crying.
I want a list of shitty ways that Reuben could die.
He's gonna fall on the fucking shears.
It's like a final
That's how he gets the mustard.
It's Final Destination, except it's stupid ass ways Reuben dies.
He tried to jump like Brook, and he pulled a muscle and fell off the rooftop thing.
The rooftop, yeah. He got up too early because of Brook, and it caused him high blood pressure for a period of several weeks until. Okay, that was too real. What's next?
All right, our last disc piece for today is Big Mike. Hey, OPP. How about a little game of Truth or Dare?
No.
Truth. What are your One Piece sexual fantasies?
No.
Dare. I dare you to end the disc piece.
Well, that's the end of the disc piece segment. Steven, what's the next part of this Piece Together segment?
Oh yeah, we'll do that. We will head on over to the subreddit Archipelago for episode 920. Thank you to Electric Dynamite for setting this thread up. This is over at reddit.com/r/One Piece Podcast. Hey OPP, excited for another Straw Hat flashback. They always are the best parts of an arc. What do you think about the symbolic importance of finally showing Brook's eyes? In literature, often showing a character's eyes can be like finally seeing their true self. And Oda has a thing with hiding and revealing eyes. Loki, Dofi, Zoro, Sanji, Kuma, Fujitora, and Kuzan post-time skip. What do you think this can mean for Brook after Oda deciding to hide his eyes with glasses in the original flashback and childhood artwork?
Yeah, I don't think... I feel like Oda does it for mystery's sake. Like, I don't know how literary sometimes that it would be. I mean, Doflamingo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
although
like,
actually
right.
There we do see his eyes that one moment for Doflamingo.
If the eyes are the window to the soul, then, you know, having them blocked and covered up is suggesting that, you know, you're not really seeing the true version of the character until you don't really truly know them until you can look them in the eyes and see them for who they are, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, in that sense, this could be the missing piece for Brook's story that we never got, and now we're finally going to learn, you know, everything that makes him tick.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything to add to that. Yeah.
Okay. I can see it like being like the death of innocence kind of thing. Like at the end of this flashback, if the kingdom is destroyed, he's lost everything. Like,
that's a good.
We see him put on the glasses. Like if he's crying or something like that, he puts on the glasses and just he never takes them off. Like he never got past this moment. Something like that.
He puts the glasses on, makes a really bad pun, and then the CSI theme starts playing.
Was it Kizaru who did the thing with the glasses? Like when he was crying, or wasn't there something recently where it's like, I'm not crying? And
are you thinking of Full Metal Alchemist? It's a bad day for rain.
Oh no, but that is a good one. No. That's not what I was thinking of. I can't remember. I thought it was one of the admirals, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We have IceFisher10 who says, hi OPP, I never thought this flashback would actually happen. Ian Sinclair must be overjoyed. Yo. Firstly, I think Oda took the first and last characters from the name of the legendary German composer Ludwig van Beethoven to make the name Reuven for Asperia's King.
Oh.
The wild hair. This is good. The wild hair is a bit of a tell as well.
Oh, he does look like Beethoven, actually.
Oh, shit.
He does have the crazy hair. That's interesting.
And also, like, Beethoven does always look really angry. So, like, seriously, though, like, that's a good connection.
That's a really good catch.
Yeah.
Maybe
now I feel like an idiot.
Maybe that's how he got to be king, is that he's actually like a really great symphonic composer.
I mean,
that could very well
sense.
be.
Yeah,
those legs, absolutely.
Those legs. That he actually does.
He's got.
I
legs
have to look
at
Beethoven. Wait, I have to look at Beethoven to see if he has like that kind of. He does have a butt chin.
He does. It kind of.
He
matches.
does have a butt chin.
That's wild.
You know what? That is. I think that's definitely our answer there as to why he looks like that. Now, was Beethoven a schlub? Probably yes. I
mean,
don't actually know.
Yeah, we know he was deaf, but I don't know.
And angry
his
from that movie.
His personal sanity, or sanitation, I should say. I also got a chuckle when thinking that the queen's name was also a pun. Candle at the opera, candelabra.
That's less amazing than the first. The Ludwig, I think that's right.
I
don't know about the other one.
But he concludes. But much more importantly about Candel, I'm firmly of the belief she is a holy knight of the Mannemeyer family. Years ago, she may have enjoyed Asperia enough to make a life there. However, next chapter, I predict she's going to get bored of the opera one day, then call the other Holy Knights to pick her up, taking Gunko, killing Reuven, and destroying Asperia in the process. Agree or disagree? I do think it would be, I don't know if I would say it's Oda-esque, but I do think it would be very interesting for him to be like, oh, hey, you thought she was cool? Like, what if she's super evil? And then I'm sure a bunch of people would be like, oh, she's even better now. But
I'm pretty convinced at this point. I keep getting more and more convinced of the idea.
Yeah. I think it is a very good theory. I don't think it'll be quite that cut and dry. But the thing that, like, a celestial dragon can't just go to the lower world. That's like kind of my, and just like as a normal person.
The Holy Knights can, though.
The Holy Knights can, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
but
she
go to
is
the world and start a family, and then.
Well, I guess that's kind of what
Garland did.
Yeah, he did start a family. He had a set of twins.
Had a one-night stand, yeah.
Yeah.
Very productive.
Yeah, then he killed back in the head.
Yeah, and also, like, also just even how she seems to be in the very brief moment we see her, and then she walked out of the opera. Like, she doesn't seem bothered by the other people because, like, that would just like other people existing bother celestial dragons.
They do also call her former captain of the battle convoy,
which
would be such an odd thing for a celestial dragon to be.
That's a lot of history for her to have in one place.
She's playing the long game, clearly.
Oh my god.
She's like CP0. She's all right, Born to Boil says, hey, OPP, what do you think about the idea that Biblo is from the astral world, helping them keep track of what's happening in the sun world? Maybe a character inspired by Odin or Heimdall. In Norse mythology, when Ragnarok begins, Heimdall warns Asgard by blowing the Gjallarhorn when the giants attack, giving the gods time to prepare for battle. Maybe he is going to warn the astral world of Emu's invasion.
Yeah, the longer we don't hear about the astral world, the more I'm like Charlie Day pointing at the board.
Yeah. And the
they
more
better show it. I swear to God, they better show it.
It's a whole level to the freaking like island we're on. How could we?
That's been on the map several times and hinted at.
Yeah, I even like went back to the chapters where they talk about it and stuff. I'm like, come on, nothing.
You just caress the screen lovingly, like, oh, when will you come back to me, Astral World?
Come on, Astral World. Steven, the thing that like baffles me also is why was the king in a castle in the western port? Like, why is it called Western Village, where the castle where the king of the entire kingdom is? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Well,
in the middle level. In the middle level.
They had to pick a spot.
So it's like, okay, it's the sun level. Let's go to the west, I guess. We'll just call it Western Village.
Yeah, they have they're really bad at naming things there.
Well, that was the whole thing.
Yes, they are very bad at naming.
Harold was the one who united all of the different villages and made the roots between the branches. Like before, they were all just kind of like existed and were all like spread out. So it makes sense they don't have like names and stuff like that. Western Village isn't that crazy of an idea. And Harold built his castle there.
This is Oda. He has look at Asperia and the amount of like culture and history and naming conventions it has already, and yet like, and we had Ludwig von Beethoven just coming in apparently.
It's the
Western Village. That's where the king lives. His palace is in the west place.
Well, we don't talk about Roto's shitty castle that hangs out in what they call the bottom layer, the
underworld.
Underworld, yeah.
But they did say it was originally something else, which is interesting. Like he knew the Lego room had a history, and yet like the freaking I can't. It's infuriating. So not the right word. It's like I need to know that answer. Like that is one of the answers I feel like I need to know. Astral World, and why is the palace in the west for some reason. Okay, go ahead.
All right, Fuparante says, hey OPP, hope you're all having a great Memorial Day weekend. I just wanted to thank Steven for the Mulan Rogues. That is all. What a strange
was that
comment.
Yeah, Okay, well, I guess I can't ask you if there was a pun in the original or not, but because you don't seem to know what I'm talking about.
It's very strange.
So, okay,
lastly,
I'll explain another time, Stephen.
Brad Wonder says, "Hey, OPP, books delayed / caught me off guard more than any moment I can remember in One Piece. I'd already been cut. We really do have a star on the crew. This reminds me of Mitsui from Slam Dunk, who was a phenom before he got hurt, but still eventually returned to be really good at basketball. In Brook's case, well, he died. Same difference, right?"
I will say, and I forgot to mention this at the top, I was genuinely surprised we were doing this now. I thought that this, like, I mean, I could see the flashback coming maybe a page or two before, but like, yes, I thought this was going to happen. I just thought that this would be happening after the climax. I'm very surprised.
We know right now.
I thought the Zaza stuff was going to be the focus for like 1 or 2 more chapters.
Yeah,
clearly. Them kids could just drown for a bit.
I could have imagined like Brook telling like maybe an abbreviated version of it that didn't even like didn't go into a full flashback where it's just like a couple silhouettes or something, and then maybe at the end of the arc or whatever. But I guess what it suggests to me is that like Oda needs the setup for Gunko to be like turned good again, basically, or to like uncouple her from Imu's power somehow or something. Like maybe that's going to be key to however he plans to wrap up Elbaf. So that's why he's doing it now.
Yeah, and it does give more of an emotional core to Elbaf potentially. So I think it's very annoying because it makes me more annoyed that the God Valley stuff had to be involved when it did. Like I've said this before, like my issue is not with the God Valley flashback generally. It is like its placement. And now that we're also getting this, it like was it necessary to do that then? Is kind of my question, because this is just going to kill the flow in a different way, probably. Like, not to say that I'm not going to enjoy it or that it won't be helpful to the story, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that is it for Reddit.
Okay, that's it for Piece Together. Then I didn't mean to end it on that note. Thanks, Stephen and Ken, for taking us through those questions. Why don't we round off the show? I wonder what Duzon would think of this podcast. This has been the One Piece Podcast, episode 920 for May 25th, 2026. Thank you all so much for coming on the show. You could check out a new episode of the podcast next week. We'll be celebrating our 17th anniversary. I was hoping to do something special for that, but life always finds a way. It gets in the way. So I am hoping to do our rescheduled charity stream at some point soon. But my life this month has been absolutely insane. So hopefully that's something we could do soon. What else is happening? You could check us out at patreon.com/OnePiecePodcast. Alternate images and titles. Huge thanks to Kirby for doing the image this week and the last few weeks, if you haven't checked that out. Including last week's image, I do want to give a shout out to Saint Saturn stealing the One Piece card game cards from Target, or a Target-esque place in the One Piece world.
It's Bullseye.
Where they sell One Piece. Bullseye. Or how do you say Target in Japanese? I don't know. Target. I should have just guessed that. Ken, where could people find you?
You could find me anywhere online under KindKing01, whether that be Insta, TikTok, Twitch, Blue Sky, you name it, I'm there. And make sure to check out the OP collab on Blue Sky at opcollab.bsky.social.
Jill.
You can find me as Piratess Unluck on Blue Sky and most other social media. And as always, in Final Fantasy XIV as Pure Unluck on the Ultra server.
Some things never change.
No, they don't. Just my cute outfits in Final Fantasy XIV.
Whoa. Steven.
I'm on Blue Sky, stephenpaul.bsky.social. Read One Piece, Akane Banashi, Kurumizawa's Folly. And I have nothing to do with it, but you should go over on YouTube and watch Akane Banashi as well. And I think, is the dub about to go on? Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got three episodes out, I think.
Oh, they do? Okay. I've been watching on YouTube just because it's that's accessible.
Yeah. Right. I have the YouTube channel subscription in my list, but they've had a strange rollout of that show and where it is, but
it's Netflix.
It's at Netflix or YouTube, whichever you like. And let's get those numbers up. These are rookie numbers.
Are they rookie numbers? I haven't actually looked.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like people are talking about it as they should.
Akane, yes. I mean, I'm sure this will help, but Akane has always had, it has always punched above its weight in terms of feedback versus actual numbers. I feel like the people that actually do read or watch it really, really love it. There just aren't as many as you would hope.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers and they're not like abysmal, but they're not like blowing out of the water. They're not like millions of people. They're tens of thousands. Right. Marianne, where can people find you?
I am on the Hell site formerly known as Twitter and Blue Sky and Instagram, all under Marianne D. Hobbit.
And anything else that's not NDA'd that you want to?
I mean, I'm forever doing Crunchyroll stuff, so if you're watching anime, you probably are hearing me somewhere, so, I would say you should be watching. But that's just we're not that company anymore.
No.
Nope.
I still like to say it, even though it's defunct.
As you should.
But, yeah.
And you could find me at ZachLogan.com on Blue Sky. You can find us at OnePiecePodcast.com, OnePiecePodcast.com on Blue Sky, and One Piece Podcast anywhere you have social media, including Instagram and Facebook. We're technically on Twitter, but I do not post there because, as mentioned earlier, it is a hell site. And what else is happening? Hopefully, I saw Abby Denton posting that this is like her favorite character having a flashback. So I, of course, invited her on next week. So we'll see. She said yes. So hopefully that does happen.
Hooray.
Hooray. I hopefully I'll get back to invited guests ahead of time, too, instead of at the very last moment. So thank you, Marianne, Jill, Ken. Everyone except for Stephen and myself.
You just take me for granted.
I do take you for granted. You're a very special guest. That means you're coming on every week. Right? That's what that means? That's right? Okay. Well, we'll see you next week for chapter 1184. Until then, fuck ice. My name is Zach. And wait, I'm the only one. Bye, everyone.